Chibuku Super Cup 2021 is brought to you by Chibuku. Chibuku, taste the goodness. Chibuku Super Cup 2021 is brought to you by Chibuku. Chibuku, taste the goodness.
It's a very good afternoon and welcome to ZTN. Get the picture. My name is Chief Koti and we are here for the Chibuku Super Cup Match Day 2. And action continues at the National Sports Stadium where we'll be giving you live pictures from that stadium there between Dynamos and Yadah FC this week. We also have some matches today that are currently underway. Actually, one match that is currently underway. Bulawayo City playing against Bulawayo Chiefs. The last we checked, it was 76 minutes into that match. Bulawayo Chiefs leading by 1 goal to nil. Chisoka scoring there in the 37th minute of that particular game. And then Black Rhinos will be up against Crembon. It's a 1 p.m. kickoff as well. We'll be enjoying also another game between FC Platinum and Triangle at Mandava Stadium. This one is a 3 p.m. kickoff. Gentlemen, it's been a wonderful week, I tell you. But Dynamos up against Yadah. Mo, how are you, Momoyo?
I'm very well. How are you, Chief Koti?
Welcome along, my brother. Makomborero Team Kulu. How are you, man?
Sir, reporting for duty.
You're reporting for duty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to be coming back to you just shortly. But first of all, I'm going to go to Ashraf, who is live at the National Sports Stadium to give us the pitchside report. Ashraf, good afternoon.
Here at the National Sports Stadium. Warm conditions today and not cooler like last weekend. So I guess the temperatures have changed for both teams, hoping for, I guess, greater fortunes, better fortunes for today. For a Dynamo side, a frustrating draw last week against the Rentals, 0-0 from that game. For Yadah FC, it was 2-0 against Caps United. They led by 2 goals to 0 at halftime. And then, of course, they ran out of steam and Caps United came back into the game. Well, some team news for you. As far as these two teams are concerned, Dynamos were first to arrive at the ground just before 12, and they are warming up on the pitch right now. Yeah, and they're in their light blue. They've got their beebs, their yellow beebs. As far as Yadah are concerned, there seems to be some news as far as Yadah FC. They arrived at 20 minutes past 12. They were a bit late as far as coming through to the vicinity to the National Sports Stadium. And we understand there is a problem, some verification with their COVID test results. So Yadah haven't gone onto the pitch yet. They haven't even started warming up, and hopefully they will start. They are in high spirits. They are singing. They have their chance. They are motivated to come through, and why not? Last week they had a very decent start against Caps United, an unchanged side as far as Yadah is concerned. They've gone with that same side that did well, a good start. They'll be hoping for that today. I've got the Dynamos coach, Tondera Indiraya. They were up here, they were early. Guess what? They've changed the time slot for Dynamos. It's a lunchtime kickoff. The temperatures have changed from last week. He's changed his attire. He doesn't have, the three-piece suit he had last time. It's back to the tracksuit, maybe back to basics, hoping for a different approach, maybe a much changed result as well for him ultimately. That's the coach Tonda Indiraya. Coach Tonde, great to have you here. Lunchtime kickoff, that's new for you as well, new for the PSL, something we are all adjusting to. Talk to me about your team. I see the 5 of those 5 signings you got, at least 4 of them are in that match day squad. Talk to me about your team today.
Thank you, Ash. Well, a bit unusual for us to play this time of the day, but we are living in unusual times, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we are here. We have been training at 1 o'clock, so we are kind of like used to the time now. So here we are. Yeah, of course, we are happy. We are glad that we got some of our key players back now in the squad. We were missing many of them last week. But I must also say that we are still missing Jean Mutudza. He's still he's got some outstanding papers as far as his registration is concerned. We are also missing young Luke Msikiri. as our 16-year-old boy. So he hasn't been registered yet. So those are the 2 of the 28 players that we have in our camp who are missing. But as far as our lineup is concerned, we've also made some few changes. For obvious reasons. We didn't get much in terms of our offensive play last week, so we had to change. Look, it's the beginning, and we are still finding our feet. We are still finding combinations. So we believe we've got good players within our ranks. Of course, we didn't get the result that we really wanted last week, but technically, I think it was a good start for us. Of course, you want to have a scoring draw, but 3 points are 3 points. For me, we still have a long way to go. 9 games to be precise. Of course, 8 games if we subtract this one. Yeah. So that is a long way to go. So we are not panicking yet. We are very calm, composed, and hopefully we'll put up a show today which can really help us get a result.
Coach, I saw after new signings, Bill Antonio. I hear he's the captain of the Prince Edward Athletics team. He's fast. I don't know if he's the fastest guy in your squad. He's very young, still a teenager. Shadrack Nyawa also comes in as well. What's the approach today from last week? Because I understand as well, these were some of the players, especially Shadrack. He played in that Independence Cup, did well. His absence as well was felt last week. No King Nadolo. What's the approach this week for this game?
Yeah, we want to be very offensive. I think 2 teams which are very offensive are going to face each other today. We're not very offensive last week, but I think our approach is towards getting a result, towards getting some goals, and that's the reason why we brought in Bill. Of course, Bill is one of our fastest players in the team, but I think Hamilton is the fastest. We have Hamilton Gomba, son to Carrington Gomba, remember our former player, is the fastest in the team. So yeah, he's no longer in school. Bill is still there, 18-year-old. Hamilton is 17, so Bill is in the athletic team for sure for Prince Edward. So it's that pace up front which we are looking for. We didn't have that last week. Remember, we had Jarison Selemani, not too fast. We had Tanaka Chidoba. Of course, he's fast, but not too fast as well. He enjoys running with the ball. So we have 2 dimensions today. We have 2 wingers, one who can run with the ball and one who is fast with and without the ball. So that is what we have. And then, of course, we have brought in Albert Ewonde. He's our Cameroonian international. He's also starting today. Hopefully, he can get the much-needed goals for us. So basically, that is our approach. Then, of course, our midfield was not very strong last week, if I may put it that way. I think that was the missing link in our team last week. So we've made some changes. We've brought in Shadrack Nyawa. He's a very enterprising, energetic. So he's also bringing something to the. He's also bringing some energy to the team. So we expect him to really cover the pitch much. We've also brought in God Knows. God Knows is going to play our left back. God Knows has been with us for some time. His experience is going to be valuable today. We have also brought in Emmanuel Jalai. He's occupied his usual place, the right back. So he's there for us today. I think we all know what Jalai can do. So our central pairing is going to be Patson and Frank Makarati from the Independence squad. So if you look at our team, look at the starting 11, it's more or less the same with the same team we started when we played the Independence Cup.
And that probably gives you confidence. Coach, last time we spoke, you said psychologically, the mindset, the mental aspect, that's something you are focusing on this week.
Exactly.
I see there could be a bit of a delay as far as this game is concerned. I saw your team going through back to the dressing room, told to come back, extended warm-up. I guess we're getting here. Seems to be a few problems as well, and that can affect someone as well when we start the game. So that mindset, you've been working on it as well. What did you say to your boys during the week?
Yeah, I think our entrance hasn't been so smooth, but I think there's some issue of some COVID tests with Yadah, I'm told. So last week we didn't have a good warm-up. If you ask me, we had only 6 minutes of warm-up. So this week we said to ourselves, look, we can do the inspection after warm-up. So that's what we have done. That's why you saw us coming in a bit early. We're a bit late actually, because our warm-up normally starts at quarter past of each hour, depending on the kickoff time. So we're supposed to be here for warm-up at 12:15. but we got in around 20 past. So normally we go back to the dressing rooms at 20 minutes before the kickoff time. So
you're still here?
Yeah, so it's almost time, and I don't know what is really happening, what is transpiring there, but I think you saw the match officials calling our team into the dressing rooms. I think it's because they were looking at the time, but now because Yadah are not here yet, I'm not too sure if they're going to start the match without warming up or what. But look, what we want is for this match to be played. We are really angling for the game to be played today, and I hope it won't be the COVID results issue won't really affect the match today. We really want to play this match.
Yeah, everyone wants to see it as well, live on ZTN as well. Coach, it is a lunchtime kickoff, first time you guys are going through in the PSL. So I guess the question is, I'm thinking Dynamos fans who have a play on words with this one, would Dynamos have Yadah for lunch today? That's how confident are you that will happen today? Yeah.
Well, that's what we want to have, Ash. That's what we want to have. But this is football, you know. This is football. Sometimes you don't really get the result that you really want. We always want to win. We train to win. So, like they always say, there are always 3 results in football. So, yeah, I know our fans won't be too happy to draw or lose a match, but that is football. But our idea, our objective, all the time, we prepare our boys, we prepare our team to win. So we hope that you can only hope. I always say that we only speak of results after the match, not before. We are not analysts. We are coaches. So we deal with the reality of the situations most of the time. So yeah, we hope that we'll put up a good performance and get the goals that we need today, and hopefully get a result that our institution is craving for.
All right, Coach, thanks so much as well. I'll let you go now. I think you've done some talking, extra time of talking as well that you usually do. Thanks so much for coaching that.
Thank you so much.
We will
Ash.
talk after the game. All the best for this game as well,
so
when
much.
it does
I
start.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that's the situation as far as here at the National Sports Stadium. I've got the Dynamos coach, Tondera Indirai, was here, yet to get the comments of Genesis Mangombe, that is the Yadah FC coach. What we do know right now is that Yadah FC haven't been allowed on the pitch. There are some verification as far as the COVID-19 PCR test results. The officials are still verifying that. We don't know whether or not Yadah do have them. What we do know, they arrived late for this game. Around 20 past 12 is when they entered the vicinity. Yeah, we had people tracking them on the road there. Even their drivers doing a Michael Schumacher there. They really were late as well. So they've come through, and it seems as though they have, because the delay as far as those verification of results, COVID results are concerned. Dynamos, they are ready, they are eager, just like you heard the coach saying. As far as they've got 5 new signings in the team, 4 of them are in this match day squad. They are missing Luke Musikiri, the 16-year-old, the youngest member of their team. He's not in. King Nadolo also not into the match day squad. They do have Bill Antonio. Here's the captain of the Prince Edward Athletics team. Like coach said, he's one of the fastest in there. Hamilton Gomba is also another fast guy. Youngsters maybe to help push the tempo, up the tempo, especially compared to last week's performance against the Rentals. That's the situation so far at the National Sports Stadium. It's supposed to be match day 2, the first game for Harare this weekend. 1 p.m. kickoff was the schedule. That will not happen. That is a dream now, a pipe dream. We're yet to understand from the match officials when it will start, because they're yet to resolve the issue with the opponents, Yadah FC. The home side, Yadah FC, nicknamed the Miracle Boys. The gates are still closed. They haven't come through for warm-up. Probably praying for a miracle now to get the game started. For Dynamos, they are ready, they are eager, their fans are ready to watch this live on ZTN, on the Zim Papers television network, on Facebook, on YouTube, #ZTN Sport. Yeah, so we'll keep you up to date with events here at the National Sports Stadium. Yet to get kickoff. We would have said we're moments away from 1 p.m. kickoff. We'll get the update as far as the officials are concerned. Yadah, so far, have their COVID-19 results yet to be verified. And that's the story here at the National Sports Stadium for Yadah versus Dynamos Chibuku Super Cup Match Day 2.
Your friend in steel, SteelNet Investments, brings you a bigger environment to shop for your steel products. A new roofing sheet manufacturing plant completes your satisfaction to your construction project. Chromadeck and galvanized roofing sheets are manufactured while you wait and still cut and bent to custom size. Products in stock are diverse for use in agriculture, mining, engineering, construction sectors, and for personal use. Call your friend and steel marketing team today on 242-611-80203 or visit our website www.steelmate.co.zw. Simbiako pa Steelmate Investments, your friend in steel.
Clean out the what you sung it old more.
Your friend in steel, Steelmate Investments, brings you a bigger environment to shop for your steel products. A new roofing sheet manufacturing plant completes your satisfaction to your construction project. Chromadeck and galvanized roofing sheets are manufactured while you wait and still cut and bent to custom size. Products in stock are diverse for use in agriculture, mining, engineering, construction sectors, and for personal use. Call your friend and steel marketing team today on 242-611-80203 or visit our website www.steelmate.co.zw. Simbiako pa Steelmate Investments, your friend in steel.
Wow, what a wow. We are coming to you live from our studios here, and we have been giving you live pictures from the National Sports Stadium, where we are following the proceedings in a match that is supposed to pit Dynamos and Yadah FC. Please understand, I say supposed to, because Yadah are not yet in the stadium as we speak. We just saw a couple of coaches there within the warm-up squad. Apparently, they are running a bit late. Now they have to go through their COVID protocols, just like we did here coming into the studio. You have to get tested and produce your results and all those things in between. So they are going through those processes. We're definitely headed for a late kickoff because according to my clock, it's almost 1 o'clock. We're supposed to have been kicking off now. But not to worry. We'll be giving you that particular action here on ZTN. We say get the picture. And in other games across the country, we have Bulawayo Chiefs playing against Bulawayo City. Seems that game has just been wrapped up and it was a 2-2 draw. So action galore in Bulawayo, and there is going to be such an hamdinga of a match tomorrow. Again, another derby in Bulawayo. They had the defending champions Highlanders facing Chicken Inn. But today we also have action at Sakuva Stadium where Black Rhinos are playing up against Cranbourne Bullets. This one is a 1 p.m. kickoff. We'll find out if they've kicked off also on time. And then Triangle up against FC Platinum at Mandava Stadium. This one is a 3 p.m. kickoff. We'll give you the results on our Facebook page and our Twitter platforms, as well as our Instagram platforms as well. Dynamos are up against Yadah FC. Gentlemen, the kickoff that never was. What happened there, Marco?
You in normal times, and these are not normal times. In normal times, you're hard pressed to find a team that is more disorganized than Dynamos. But today you saw a team that beats Dynamos at being disorganized.
No, you have to take that again very slowly.
Okay, let me.
In normal times.
In normal times. But these are not normal times. In normal times, there is no team that is as disorganized as Dynamos Dimbai.
Wow, that's my core gold for you there. So the pictures that I'm seeing here in the studio, I'm seeing Yadah eventually getting into the stadium for their warm-up, I think. They will probably run around for about 15 minutes or so, then we'll have a kickoff. But last week, again, Dynamos had 6 minutes to warm up more. Is this enough from a former professional player's perspective?
No, it's not enough. Warming up needs a minimum of 15 minutes. Minimum. Yeah. So 6 minutes is not enough. It means that they got onto the pitch without enough preparation. And when they got to play, you saw how they played. They never recovered. Throughout the match, they never recovered.
They were not very well conditioned.
They were not very well conditioned. It's very, very important. Yeah, because warm-up, when players are really nice and warm, it also helps the players because they avoid injuries. You know, the muscles have to stretch enough before you start running around. So it's always bad when they don't do enough warm-up.
Well, it's a game that is coming through from the Sunshine City, the city of Harare, which happens to be the capital city of the Republic of Zimbabwe. This is where we are as well. We are in the studio just a couple of kilometers away from the National Sports Stadium, but you are not going to miss the action. It's not going to be that long. You just need to switch on that button and you will get the picture from ZTN. So now, Makombore, we had the Tonderai Ndiraya coming through, talking to us and telling us about a whole lot of changes that he has made, wholesome changes into the team. I think it's almost a different 11, if you ask me. The defensive structure has changed, the midfield structure has changed, up to the strike force as well. We're seeing some major players coming back into the team.
You get the picture that from what Tonderai Ndiraya said, in the aftermath of that goalless draw. You know what? There's no need to panic. But when you go and change a team like that, it shows your panic.
It's major panic.
Because you're indicating left and turning right. But I think you then realize what it means to play for Dynamos and to put up a poor show in Dynamos colors. Because for other teams, a goalless draw, but when the headout comes out, Sharuko's paper says one shot at goal in 90 minutes, and the other Facebook pages, it becomes so much.
It was a busy week.
It was a busy week for the Dynamos fans. And these boys knocked. Now we are playing
even busier for those that support Dynamos and Manchester United.
Now we are
put
digressing. We're digressing into areas that are not welcome. But look, for Tonde, from what he said, that's how Dynamos should play. Let's have pace down the wings. Let's create more chances. That's what Dynamos should do. Yeah, because Yadah, for all intents and purposes, will not come out at Dynamos attacking them. So Dynamos needs to take the game to Yadah. At least Yadah are here now.
No, but from his analysis, he says Yadah is also an attacking side. And we saw that last week. They didn't waste time. As early as the 3rd minute, they were sniffing goal there more. Yeah. So they definitely are an attacking side. Do you think they'll change their structure of play today because they're playing a different side?
I think Tonde got it wrong there. Yadah is not an attacking side. No.
Or they just got lucky?
No, it was just the strategy on that day, yeah. Yadah is actually good defensively than offensively. So they just use counter-attacks. So if you look at them when they lose the ball, they all try to run behind the ball. They actually leave only one person up. Everybody else is behind the ball. They always try to shut out their goal as much as possible. They are not that much of an attacking side.
So they're always chasing the game instead.
Yeah. So I think what he was just trying to say is they scored 2 goals last week. It has nothing to do with their playing type. But if you look at Dynamos, the way Tonde set it up today, I would like to say what Marco is saying is very correct. He is a worried man. The changes that he made, if you make more than 5 changes to the team, we are talking about the personnel. 5 changes. Then you talk about the positional changes. To say Jaure is no longer playing right back today, he's playing central. Then you bring in Murwira and you put him on the left side of defense.
I thought he was an attacking.
He's a utility player, right? He can play anywhere on the pitch. But I don't think left back would be the best position to deploy him today.
So is that a conflicting message from the coach?
He is a worried man. He doesn't want to lose this match. I don't know why he's worried. No, you're supposed to be confident enough. Dynamos, of course.
What we're saying in the build-up of this squad, we said, let's look at the week that we've been through.
It's been a terrible
Let's
one.
look at the coverage that Dynamos attracted. And let's look at the reactions.
So these are extenuating factors that have pushed him to make
Yeah,
these
because
changes.
if you remember, there was the story, the major report, one shot at target in 90 minutes. Then on Tuesday, Wednesday, 20 came out and said, look, guys, let's be patient. And if there's one thing that is in short supply at Dynamos, as much as money is, patience.
Yeah.
There's no patience at Dynamos. you don't get patience at Dynamos. Not even a girl called Patience. There's no patience at Dynamos. Not at all.
This is Marco Gold for you, the veteran journalist there. He's been writing these headlines for quite a long time. And I think if he still was within those ranks, it would have been quite a nice headline that would have caught the attention of the people on a Monday. But Marco, let's get back to that Dynamos team. God knows Murira, we're agreeing that probably being misplaced there in the left back position. But the absence of King Nadolo, yes, he did not really bring that flair that we know him for all the times. But what is your take with him being out today? Is it an injury-inspired change, or is just panic again, like you're saying?
No, it's not panic. I think King Nadolo is in poor form. Because if you remember last week, we got the first team card, and it was Tino Chunyi was in the team. Then we saw the teams coming up. King Nadolo was in. Drafted in last minute, and he failed to deliver. So look, now he's gotten to a club where either you deliver or you're not in the team. For all what Tondera Indira has done today, the message that he has sent to his boys, if you don't play well, we've got 3 other people who need to play. Now we're saying, okay, Murguira is playing at left back. Where else could you play? Right back. How many good right backs does Dynamos have who are better than Murguira at that position? At left back, it is him versus Muringani. It's a no-brainer. It's Murguira. So there are times when you look at the team and say, okay, they've got everybody else, but they don't have a defensive midfielder. You say, yeah, I can play. I can. At least you see Yadah going through their warm-up. At least they're there.
Well, the Yadah has finally arrived, and it seems all is well there. They've been cleared of their COVID tests and protocols, as well as follow the guidelines that have been set. Remember, the reason why me and you are not at the stadium right now is because we are following the protocols and guidelines that were set by the World Health Organization, as well as being monitored in the country by the Ministry of Health and Childcare. So we need to be really, really, really careful as we want to contain the spread of this deadly COVID-19 pandemic. But talking about deadly, how deadly would that strike force be today? Mo, you were forward as well. There's changes that have been made into the team. Some guys played well last week, but maybe not the best. What they did not get was the goals.
I thought the changes are good, because now, like the coach was saying, he wants pace from the wings. But for me, I would still have put Nadolo. I don't know what Marco means when he says maybe he's off form. I cannot judge off form by one match. I don't know, maybe it's
but he plays on the bench in the first game.
Two matches 2 months apart. We can't judge that kind of form. Knowing Nadolo from the time that he was at Boso, and when he went to SA for a short stint, then he came back to Tewan. Nadolo needs that freedom. He doesn't need that control to say you are supposed to be here, you're supposed to be. He just needs to be.
But he was the main man.
No, he
so
wasn't.
That's why
he wasn't.
He wasn't. He had the free role.
I thought probably Chidoba had the free role.
The
freer role than Nadolo. Nadolo was. There was a lot of control.
At a club like Tewan, you can get the freedom that you want and time. You know, one thing that players of football need, court, is time. To say, give me a bit of a run to get into rhythm. But at Dynamos, you don't get that much time. Because At that club, it's plug and play. There's no loading. There's no system.
Stand and deliver.
No, stand and deliver.
I still don't want to believe that. You know, Dynamos has been there for a long time.
Yeah.
There are players like Maroto. Maroto would just get on the pitch and he would just play. He would, he was coached by Moses Chunga. That time, Maroto would just walk onto the pitch and play. Nothing. Samson Chorua, walk on the pitch and play.
And deliver.
No control, nothing. You know, the challenge that we have is if the coach does not trust you, and I believe Tonde does not trust Nadolo.
No, but there's a very good relationship there between Nadolo and Tonde.
I don't see that relationship now.
It's very strong.
If he was trusted, he would be on the pitch today.
Do you know what?
And I'll tell you, if Nadolo starts delivering, he will deliver throughout the year. And you look at Dynamos, the whole Dynamos, including the Sian Charlies. There is no one who has scored more goals than Nadolo in the previous Premier League. You need to trust him. You need to trust him. It doesn't matter where he was. The capability to score isn't it? This didn't play tier one play versus
the other week
Dynamos.
you told us playing for Dynamos is different from playing for any other team. Do you believe that by now King Nadolo is now accustomed to being a Dynamos player? I don't think so.
Yes, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So you're saying he doesn't understand the responsibility that he has?
That comes with it. And it will break him. Believe you me. It will break him to be thrust into that team when there are signs that he is not yet at his top level. Because these visuals are getting home. Before the sports journalists, I saw Langton Yakwenda over the Sunday mail going to the stadium. Before they report, people would have watched. And the good thing about TV, there is replays. You would say, okay.
And ZTN gives you an entire
so many angles. So many angles. Like,
whatever you guys are going to say, whatever you guys are going to agree on, I will still maintain that if Nadolo is given more time, if the coach trusts Nadolo.
How much is more time?
More time is trust. Put him on the pitch every day.
Okay.
He will deliver for
Fair
you.
and fine.
He will deliver.
At whose expense?
It doesn't matter. No.
At whose expense?
It's not at whose expense.
No.
Nadolo is not the only player at Dynamos.
Yeah, but if King is to play,
if King is number 9,
form,
you need to work around that number 9. You need to work around that top player, not to ditch him. It really works bad on his confidence. Bring him next game. He's going to play nothing again, and then you drop him.
That is Dynamos for you.
No, it's not Dynamos. I don't want to believe that. I think all the top players, they are given a run. Look at the top striker for Chelsea. How many games has he played? How many goals has he scored?
Wait.
No. But that guy, the coach trusts him. The coach trusts him. He plays.
And where's the team? Losing finals.
No, they're playing.
They will lose again
tonight.
tonight.
In the finals today. I don't know whether Marco, it's very clear, it's very visible. He doesn't like Chelsea at all. I don't think me and him are going to be good friends going forward. But I do believe that you're going to be checking out the action again tonight at the UEFA Champions League. But before we go to the UEFA Champions League, Manchester City up against Chelsea, we're still talking Yadah and Dynamos. Yadah coming a bit later to the fray. They just had a couple of minutes of a run for warm-up, and now they've gone back to change and come back into the action. So we're going to have a late kickoff, definitely. We are going through the changes that have been made by Dynamos. We had a word there with Tonde Raindiraya, who is the man in charge of Dynamos at the moment. Lots of panic from the way things have been set, and this is the consensus in the studio, that there's a bit of panic within that Dynamos bench, and they want results. In fact, they need results. The $75,000 is up for grabs within this particular tournament, but there are other teams that are playing very, very well. FC Platinum scoring free fall for goals. Highlanders also coming through, but goals not really coming there, but they played well. And you also look at Chicken in good form already. So Dynamos feeling that heat as well. And in their group, they maybe Caps United also is in the other, is the other team that they probably have to watch for here in Harare. And then across Sakuva there, we have seen Black Rhinos coming through and just making a serious statement. And today they're playing against Cranbourne Melbourne Bullets. They will be giving you an update on that particular match, which has just kicked off as well at Sakuva Stadium. It's a 1 p.m. kickoff. Triangle up against FC Platinum at 3 p.m. And then Bulawayo City and Bulawayo Chiefs, a derby there, going to Tuziatunga, ending 2-2 there, that match. What an interesting result there. Gentlemen, I know we really want to talk about Dynamos and Yadah. Let's focus a little bit on Yadah there, Marco. Do you think they have the pedigree to cause an upset or at least snatch a draw?
I'm not sure about pedigree, but they have the will.
And the miracles?
I'm not sure about the anointing oil.
Maybe the oil?
Yeah, maybe the oil. But look, when you play against Dynamos, and last week you put up a good shift against Cape United, a game that you could have won, you start to believe that we can play. And if our Genesis Makombe, because of all this drama, I wouldn't go and say much now. Don't put up the flip chart. Guys, you're here. Dynamos is outside. Go show them. Those will be my words. Not too much lectures. Because there's been so much drama now. Go and play. Go and show them.
History of the match, Dynamos versus Yadah, it's in favor of Yadah, or of Dynamos actually. Dynamos, they've played 6 times. Dynamos is 1-3, and they have drawn 3 times. But if you look at the margins, Dynamos has scored 6 goals in the 6 games, and Yadah has scored 2 goals. The matches are very close all the time. And I've been talking to the Yadah guys, and you know what they were telling me? They were saying, the biggest challenge at the moment at our club is we do not have money. And the owner has said, there is the money. Guys, work for that money. So, from a Yadah point of view, they are very inspired. They want the money. 2, they are playing probably the biggest team in the country. Of course, the former biggest team in the country.
Which is the biggest team now?
Well, according to this tournament,
now it's
according to this tournament, it's Islanders. They're the defending champions.
But guys,
Which is the biggest team now?
Well, it's the most followed club in the country, definitely. There's no doubt Dynamos are the biggest team.
The biggest team in the country at the moment is FC Platinum.
FC Platinum?
Yes, they are the biggest team in the country. And this is by...
Do you still want to live in Arai?
We have a show debating this.
So I'm saying Yadah is very inspired to win this match. There are many angles why they want to win it, and I don't want to believe that they're going to be easy on Dynamos. Yeah.
All right, it doesn't matter who is the biggest team or who's the smallest team in the country. The fact of the matter is that we are actually going live right now to the National Sports Stadium to see the biggest team against the biggest faith-based team. That's Yadah FC and Dynamos. Let's catch up with Ashraf again. Probably has somebody to talk to there on the pitch side.
For the COVID test, of which we have been sent them to Mr. Elisha, but who didn't submit to his boss. So he said we don't have your results. So that was the delay all about.
All right, so you were sent back to your bus even after you went through to the dressing room. Understand even your car is outside, there's lots of frustration. How does it affect your boys, coach? I mean, I know you have a young side. You guys mentally, for that first game, you came up, you were sucking yourselves up. I saw you were singing earlier on. How does this affect your boys? What are you telling your players before this game, during all of this?
Yeah, you know, in a game of football, it's full of frustration. And some of the games are won by frustrating the opponent. But you know, as for our mentality, we have trained everything we can, starting from concentration, everything, and the frustration level. So we are geared to play with this team. We are happy that the referees allowed us to have a bit of some warm-up. So we are in there. It's war.
You are in there, it's war. I like that. There's a bit of tension maybe now between the two teams. We'll see. We'll monitor the situation on the pitch when you guys start. You've made 2 changes. The new goalkeeper comes in and a defender. But I like that the goal scorers from last week are still in there. Prosper is in there. Tanaka is also in there. You've got some match winners in your side. What's different about this approach? Because last week, you know, you did a good start against Caps United. More of the same today, or there's something different? Talk to me about it.
Yeah, it was because my goalkeeper was a bit shy, and playing for the first time in the Premier League, I thought I should have I have to reserve him for the next encounter, since he want to grow up and maybe he can learn 1 or 2 from Chanyaraz Wawuni. Then for this other defender, he's a bit slow. And we tried to change, since Dynamos might have to opt for 2 strikers. So I needed one who is aggressive, and that one is Bruno Kadamanj. I think he's going to hold the attackers for Dynamos.
All right, we hope so, sir. Coach, I will let you go. Just before that as well, then your nickname, Miracle Boys. I know you guys pray as well for this one. Are you praying for a miracle after frustration there? You're playing against a big side like Dynamos. What's going on? What are you praying for today?
Yeah, you know, we have a difficult encounter. Since we started with Caps United, it's also a big team. Now it's Dynamos, it's a big team. And also we've been frustrated. But that alone will give us some energy to prove ourselves that we can. That's why we are in the Premier League. And you know, as miracle, we will turn the tables.
All right. He says as miracle will turn the tables. I like what you said before. It's war. You're geared up for it. You're psyched up for it. Coach for Yadah FC, Genesis Magob. I'll let you go now. You got to prepare with your boys. I see the officials are about to come onto the field. Coach Genesis, all the best for today's game. We'll talk after the game, and let's see what happens as well during these 90 minutes. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that is the Yadah coach. Finally on the pitch, there was some problems as far as the COVID test results. That's been done. The inspection by the referees, we see it's being done. I'm starting to see signs now. The match commissioners and the referees, they're about to come onto the field. They're in the tunnel, so kick off any moment now. I asked the fourth official, when is kickoff? What time is it? They said, you will wait for us. So we are waiting for them as well, right here at the National Sports Stadium. Yadah FC, the home side, versus Dynamos here at the National Sports Stadium. Delayed kickoff, but the game will go on. And yeah, we'll monitor the situation as far as tension is concerned on the field of play. City. There lots of history as well. We witnessed quite a lot of events throughout the week here, and one that comes into mind is the erection of that beautiful statue of Mbuyane Handa. But that's at the National Sports Stadium. The 60,000-seater stadium going to be absolutely empty today, but there is going to be at least 22 players on the field of play battling it out, and Yadah FC today are the home team as we see pictures of the teams coming out of the dugout there. Gentlemen, it's going to be an interesting encounter already for Yadah. There's a bit of a setback there from the mindset. They already came in late into the stadium. They went to go through all these COVID protocols. But, you know, you are rushing everything. And subsequently, the warm-up was very limited as well. They got just about under 10 minutes.
Yeah. At least he says he wants to draw some energy out of it. I'm kind of surprised now that he changed the goalkeeper. Mm-hmm. And the reason he said he was a bit shy.
Yeah, that's what the coach is saying there. He was a bit shy. He's just a new guy. Just a quick wrap up before we go and meet up with Howard Msonza and Steve Vickers for that particular game.
I think the delay way more on Dynamos than on Yadah, because teams that play far, they used to use that, you know, like triangle. They'll tell you the match is at 2 and then you end up playing at 3. And it really works on your mind. It's not good at all.
Not good at all, but the pictures will be coming through to you right now. It's exactly 1:20, I think. We are supposed to kick off at 1 o'clock, but the teams are now making their way. Let's join Howard Msonza and the crew at the National Sports Stadium for the live commentary of that particular game between Dynamos and Yadah FC. Another match that just ended, Bulawayo City and the Bulawayo Chiefs going 2-2 in that particular game. Black Rhinos, Cranbourne are up against each other. Also, again, a 1 p.m. kickoff will be given giving you an update at halftime as well as we go through that one. Triangle and FC Platinum will be locking horns at Mandava Stadium, right, at 3 p.m. So let's join Howard Msonza and the team at the National Sports Stadium.
For this Group 1 clash in the Chibuku Super Cup, Yadah up against Dynamos, and it is a very different looking Dynamos squad from the one that was rather lifeless last weekend in that goalless draw, whereas Yadah were very pleased with getting the point against Caps United last Saturday, although they will feel that perhaps they should have got all three. Last time they met, it ended in a draw. That was way back in October 2019, a 1-1 draw in a PSL contest. Here you would fancy, I guess, maybe, Howard, that with the squad they have today, with the starting 11, Dynamos would be in a good position.
Yeah, they've made so many changes, and I think Tondra is under pressure. That's why he made wholesome changes. I know we'll be able to see the lineups very soon, but look, he needs to win this game by all means.
So 20 degrees, in the mid-20s the maximum today. Really lovely daytime conditions. Empty stadium, of course. No fans allowed for the top flight action in Zimbabwe right now. But beautiful blue sky and very warm right now, although it's getting pretty chilly in the early mornings now here in Zimbabwe. So the pitch is in great condition as it was last weekend, where we had 3 games. Delayed kick-off then, but Yadah having been allowed a warm-up of sorts. It was a shortened one, but the match conditioner there, Kenneth Mushambi, did allow them to warm up. Yadah in the red and Dynamos in the blue, captained by Patson Jaure. They did not have very much up front last week. They struggled to get clear goal-scoring opportunities, but the likes of God knows Murwira are back today for them. For Yadah, it's pretty much an unrecognisable squad compared to what we saw last season back in 2019. But quite a few promising youngsters are in there. But Dynamos, if you look at it on paper, have got a much stronger squad. But, well, last weekend, the opening weekend, plenty of surprises, Howard.
Yeah, plenty of surprises, especially coming from Yadah, because we then got to know that there are guys like Tanaka Shandirwa. There's also Prosper Kafela Panjila. So I'm just hoping that, well, today they won't, fizzle out towards the end of the game like they did last time around Caps United.
She'll be a little bit fitter. Holding the ball there is Grace Guillemot. She's the 4th official. She officiated the Independence Cup in April. Our referee, Alaris Muzorori. So going to be about half an hour late for this contest, but it could be one that gives us plenty of excitement. Yadah, unpredictable. Dynamos, plenty to prove today. And Timon Mvula in goal for Dynamos. As I say, the pitch is still in excellent condition. 2-2 in the early game between Bulawayo City and Bulawayo Chiefs. Exciting game there. Late penalty giving Chiefs 2 points after they had, giving them a point after they had the early lead. So for Yadah, some of the players to watch out for. Tino Muchikambezi had a pretty good game last week against Caps United. They're captained by God knows Mangani, Patson Jaure, the Dynamos captain, with all of his experience. So Yadah make 2 changes. They've changed the goalkeeper with Tanya Radzohuni coming in today. God knows Mangani, influential. I thought Issa Sadiki played pretty well for them last weekend, Howard.
Yeah, he was, especially down the wings. He played really well. So I'm just hoping to see that link-up play between him and Kafela Panjila.
Yeah, so they, I think, can provide us with a bit of excitement. So their warm-up was much shorter than it should have been because of them causing this delay over COVID-19 results. And, of course, if you don't warm up enough, it does expose you to a risk of injuries. But let's hope that they'll be okay. God knows Mangani, their captain. Lennox Mucheto, he's playing at right back. Bright Chawambuka there too. So this much different Dynamo starting 11 from what we saw last Sunday. 6 changes for Dynamos and some exciting inclusions here with Frank Makarati keeping his place. God knows Muwira is in. Barnabas Mushunje played as a sub last week. Now I think down the wings with Tanaka Chidoba also there could be plenty of pace. Bill Antonio is in, and Albert Ayonde, who was a sub last time, he gets a place in the starting 11 today. Emmanuel Jalai, number 2, is in as a wing back.
Yeah, I'm really excited by young Bill Antonio. he's a schoolboy doing his Arbor 6 at Prince Edward School. So, getting a first start while you're still at school, I think it's something really amazing. So we are looking forward to this. I think if you want to go back, I think a youngster who really sparkled in Zimbabwe, I think you got to go back to the young Peter Ndlovu, So now we're seeing these youngsters coming up, and I know there are a couple of teams that have sort of got some 16-year-olds in their sides. But this for Bio Antonio is really exciting.
Yep, so one feature, I think, of this Chibuku Super Cup with this long layoff, clubs have taken a look at some younger players from their juniors, and a lot of our top teams with teenagers who have already impressed even on the opening match day. So the Dynamos pre-match ritual started out in the mid-90s and it still continues up to this very day with kneeling between the posts. 18th there is Barnabas Mushunje. I think he's going to be an exciting acquisition for Dynamos. Albert Eonde as the centre forward for them. And Bill Antonio certainly will look out for him. The number 33, Fortune Binzi, he's the centre striker for Yadah. God knows Mangani captaining them. And do watch out certainly for Tino Muchikampezi, who could be capable of something. A bit anxious there, Sophogenesis Mangombe, not the run up to the game that he would have wanted as they got here late and then had this hold up. But he did well with the team last weekend in that 2-2 draw with Caps United.
Yeah, so he's hoping that today is going to be a bit different. They'll probably get 3 points. But I think the false start that they had, with the COVID the results situation, I think it really affects the players.
So Dynamos kick us off in the blue colours, attacking the goal to your right. And Yadah playing in the red colours. We'll see how Dynamos have been set up by Tondor Andiraya, but Emmanuel Jalai is in as the right back, and Muruira playing as left back for Dynamos, and Albert Eonde up there as the main striker. Mushunje is playing down the right wing in the early stages. Shadrach Nyawa, we should have mentioned as well, is another exciting acquisition for them. Here's Tanaka Chidoba. He runs and runs with the ball at his feet. Gives it away though to Shandirwa. And this another beautiful run in the other direction. Couldn't quite get it though to Prosper Kafela Pangila. And Nyawa, Shadrach Nyawa, I think could be a really good acquisition for Dynamos, Howard, in this midfield role.
Yeah, because look, I think Dynamos, the only problem they had in their first game was in the middle of the park. Yes, they're good players, but I think in terms of distribution, that's where they were lacking. So we'll see how Nyawa does, but he's more of a cleaner player.
Lovely run that from Issa Sadiki for Yadah. Kafela Pangila is there. He will get onto it. Prosper Kafela Pangila. Still Dynamo struggle to get it off him, and it will in the end be a corner as Emmanuel Jalai had to work to dispossess Kafela Pangila. So go for a short one. Way too many blue shirts there for Yadah to get anything productive from that. Lennox Mucheto, though, wanted to hook it over the defence. That's quickly taken by Yadah. So a couple of minutes gone. Both teams are having a run at their opponent's goal. Kafela Pangila. This is Chibuku playing at left back for Yadah. So there's one defensive change for Yadah with Brian Kadamanje, number 5. He comes in for Clive Mavingay. And they have changed the keeper with Chanyaratswa Huni in goal. Last week they had Panache Nyabunga. Little touch there from Barnabas Mushunje. He's a skillful player. Muruira to Jaure. Dynamos want to construct a measured build-up from the back. And in the heart of defence, Frank Makarati had a good game last week for Dynamos. Wanted to pick out Chidoba there. Mucheto, though. Bit of a perilous ball back. Kadamanje will clear it away, though. And which again busy. Neither side really settled yet though, Howard.
Yeah, but there was that run by Issa Sadiki into the Dynamos box. I think that was really exciting. It's too bad they couldn't really use that to come up with something. But I think when you see Tondera Ndiraya barking instructions this early on, he knows that something is not working according to plan.
Cross from Bel Antonio, one of the debutants for Dynamos. Going to see what he's capable of. Now Shandira has a beautiful through ball and well anticipated too by Taimon Mvula. Otherwise Dynamos could have found themselves in trouble.
Yeah, that's good goalkeeping. I think he's reading the situation very well. Because one slip up, I think it was going to be very dangerous for Dynamos.
Definitely it was. So live on the ZTN Facebook and YouTube pages, we're at the National Sports Stadium among the lucky ones. No fans allowed, but you can watch all of the Harare games on ZTN. Well, that was certainly a foul on a Fortune Binzi, who played as the centre forward last weekend for Yadah against Caps. A bit too much that from Frank Makarati, and a free kick will go the way of Yadah. So that was a clear push. Ndiraya still up on his feet on the edge of his technical area, shouting out instructions. This could be Chibuku or Mucheto to take it, or Issa Sadiki. It's Sadiki. And they've given away a corner, Dynamos. Didn't look that difficult for Taimon Mvula.
I think that's a mistake on Mvula's part, because any other day you could have just picked that up first time. I think they just need to be very careful. I know it's still early days, but they need to take care of the nerves.
Yeah, it really is early days. Players will still be far from peak fitness. Sadiki's going to take the corner for Yadah, who we can't underestimate. So it's Sadiki. It's a curling one. Mvula had to punch it away. And that will be a corner from the other side. So Yadah troubling Dynamos in the early exchanges, taking it quickly too, as Shandira gives it away though. Chance for a break. Bel Antonio, the youngster. So there's the pace that we thought he might be able to deliver. Jalai, Chidoba, Tanaka Chidoba.
I think that's Chidoba's weakness. You know, his final delivery is not up to scratch. Because you see him sometimes, he runs with the ball, and where he needs to put in a cross, he fails to deliver. And on that situation, yes, there was no need for him to run, but just to deliver the cross. And again, he failed.
Yeah, and that was a great break. So Bel Antonio playing down the right side, Chidoba down the left flank for Dynamos, and attacking midfield role for Barnabas Mushunje. But Yadah control it at the back. Jaure to Jalai, and Trevor Mavunga, the former triangle player, but another opportunity for Yadah to build something. Shandirwa. So we've got 3 men up front to have Yadah. Tanaka Shandira, Issa Sadiki, Fortune Binzi, and Kafela Pangila also playing an attacking role. Just teased it into the box, but not into the right area.
Yeah, I like Yadah's movement, you know, in the final third. Yes, the final delivery is not coming, but whenever they're in position, you know, you get excited that something is brewing. So if they can keep on at it like this, I'm sure they'll get early goals just like they did against Caps United.
So interesting here at the National Sports Stadium. If you were watching our match build-up, Ash was talking to Tondera Ndiraya, who was in his tracksuit at that time, saying maybe a change of dressing for the lunchtime kickoff. But Ndiraya now is looking very smart in his suit. And already, as we've been saying, giving a lot of instructions to his players. Mavunga collects for Dynamos to Frank Makarati, who looks to be a player who could have a good season ahead of him. Murwira. What can Chidoba do this time? It's gone out.
So I think, talking about Frank Makarati, I think Ndiraya needs to work out something in the middle of the park.
Now what can Dynamos do from here? They have got the early goal with Shadrach Nyawa on his debut. As the goal comes out of nowhere. Yadah rather slack at the back. As the keeper Tanya Radswahuni wondering what happened there. Well, that's good going from Shadrach Nyawa, formerly Bulai Chiefs and Bantu Rovers. So that's Dynamo's first goal of the competition as they go 1-0 up. The restart is going to be restarted. Well then, that was well fired.
Yeah, he really picked his spots. I think this is what was lacking from Dynamos in their first game. You know, guys who are decisive when they are in the final third.
And he had 3 players around him, but he managed to control and take that so well. Shadrach Nyawa puts Dynamos ahead 10 minutes into the game. Remember, he was in the Chan squad, the Zimbabwe squad for the African Nations Championship in Cameroon earlier this year. He was one of those players who was not registered by the time of last weekend's opening games, but sorted now and already makes an impact as Shadrach Nyawa. And Dynamos will feel they've got themselves a very good signing. Early days, of course, in the season, but what a way to make your full debut for Dynamos. And the goal coming after just 10 minutes. Murwira with a throw. And Nyawa was right next to the keeper, applying pressure. Much better this from Dynamos than last Sunday with a goalless draw against Hirentals, where they really struggled to create goal-scoring opportunities. It's Mushunje to take this one for Dynamos. Or possibly, God knows, Murwira. It's in a threatening area, this one.
I think the key is, do they have players with aerial presence in there?
It's Mushunje, so they don't go direct for goal. And Trevor Mavunga, he's playing as a defensive link, another new signing. So, well, he did manage to get up for the header.
I think the delivery was not really up to scratch, because the players were waiting, thinking that the ball was going to come onto the penalty spot. But he put it way behind.
But a good run of possession and attack this for Dynamos. Bill Antonio rose up there. There's Mushunje. Short and mobile. Nyawa, the goal scorer. Bill Antonio! Could it be 2? Ionde just took his time there. Albert Ionde had a chance in front of goal. Dynamos maybe could have had another. It's God knows Murwera. Still, they pressurize. Chidoba. Nyawa again is threatening in the box. Yadah managed to bring that episode of attack to a close.
I think much better play from Dynamos today if you compare with what happened last week, Steve. I think they're very mobile today, and we can even see players stringing quite a number of passes, which is a bit positive.
Much better. There are midweek games, and then next weekend it's Dynamos against Caps, which we'll really be looking forward to. That'll be the 4th round of matches. Dynamos controlling things, taking their time. Here's Jaure, who was playing as a right back last weekend because of these shortage of players. Here's Jalai, who's right back today. Emmanuel Jalai gets a corner for Dynamos. They're really on top of the situation. And they'll bring plenty of men up for this set piece. Frank Makarati, the defender, one of them. Referee wants to sort out a bit of pushing and shoving in the 6-yard area. Well, still our referee, Wanda Carlotta, not happy.
I think he's trying to protect the goalkeeper, and the Dynamos players professing their ignorance.
Mushunje puts the corner over, and it was a good effort, and too many men back for Yadah to counter-attack straight away. There's God knows Mangani, the Yadah captain. So 5 minutes of good pressure, 5 minutes or so, including that goal that came in the 10th minute. And Yadah need to recover from that. Kafela Pangila pushes it back. That's a good return from Shandira. Kafela Pangila. Shandira. A diving save from Timon Mvula. Not sure if that was actually on target, but he didn't take any chances.
Yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Issa Sadiki to dispatch.
Yeah, I think the early pressure, from Yadah fizzled out a bit. Dynamos allowed to come in. They allowed Dynamos to come in, and Dynamos used, that, and they got a goal. So now Yadah again putting more pressure. I think they wanted to hit Dynamos the way they did with Caps United last week, but actually it's Dynamos who got the goal that Yadah was looking for.
Very much so, yep. Dynamos in a really good position here at the National Sports Stadium as we bring you the games from Harare live on the ZTN Facebook and YouTube pages. So greetings to you wherever you are around Zimbabwe or wherever you are around the world following the action from Zimbabwe's version of the beautiful game. And the country's most supported team, Dynamos, looking for their first victory in the Chibuku Super Cup 2021. Free kick to Dynamos. Trevor Mavunga in this as a Jalai was brought down there. That was how it came about. Comes to Tanaka Chidoba. Still Chidoba goes. It's cleared away by Mukambi. Shadrach Nyawa, the goal scorer, still looking dangerous there. Mavunga, Mushunje, Emmanuel Jalai. And the touch from Bill Antonio but that'll be put out by Chibuku. But it's wave after wave of pressure coming from Dynamos.
So last week, Jaure, the captain, was playing as a right back, and most of the time he was just back. Today we are seeing Jalai on this right channel. There's a lot of runs that he's making, and most of the time he's in the Yadah half. I think this is giving Dynamos a lot of width on this side.
Yeah, it's a much different complexion really to this Dynamos team and the way they're playing compared to that very disappointing goalless draw against Herentals. So Jalai will take the throw. Wants to pick out Albert Eonde. Hasn't had many touches of the ball, the main striker. Bill Antonio, his presence is being felt too. And they've got much more to offer this time around going forward, have Dynamos. Bright Chibuku for Yadah. But that goes straight to Patsanjari. Trevor Mavunga to Frank Makarati. In bright sunshine here in the capital. Jare tries to pick out Ionde. Not sure if the long ball was really necessary, the way that they're managing to play so well down the wings.
I think another positive thing that we have seen from Dynamos today, Ionde has got 2-3 balls already. Unlike Tinashe Makanda was leading the line last week, and there were no clean balls whatsoever to Tinashe Makanda. He had to come in deep looking for the ball. Yeah,
he did struggle on the bench today as Tinashe Makanda. God knows Muruira's cross. Mucheto clears it away for Yadah. They're having to keep a lot of men back and therefore not as deadly on the break as they were last week against Caps. Muruira, the left back, he's able to attack a lot down that flank. So that's an offside. 20 minutes played. Dynamos deserving their lead here, which came from Shadrach Nyawa in the 10th minute. That's Shandira. Oh, he's given it away. Albert Eonde! And it's a goal all the way from Cameroon, capitalizing on a defensive error. Albert Eonde makes it 2. The Cameroonian. Dynamos are in complete control now.
So you see, Steve, the supply that we were talking about, which was lacking last week for Dynamos, and there Ionde getting a clean ball, and more of a robbery that he committed there on Muchikambizi, but it's then the presence of mind, in placing that shot.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it looked there. Beautifully finished by Albert Eonde, the former FC Platinum player there, the team that brought him to Zimbabwe from Cameroon. So that's his first Dynamos goal. And you'll remember Christian Epupa back in 2016, 2017, the Cameroonian who was such a hit at Dynamos. Wonder if Eonde can do the same. Shandira tries to thread it through for Yadah. And still they go, Kafela Pangila. Desperate defending from Jalai, but the referee had blown for a foul.
I think Niraya can afford to go back and sit. Maybe not, but look, it's 23 minutes gone and you're leading 2-0. I think any coach can take that. You can even afford to drink a bottle of water.
You definitely can. Well over an hour to go for Yadah to get back into it, but you would think Dynamos could even add to this tally.
Yeah, they look really comfortable today.
So Patsanjare goes for the long ball to Ayonde. He chests it down. And he's taken a knock of some sort, so he went down well after the whistle had gone. So Albert Ayonde, who scored a couple of minutes ago, the injured player, well, he's saying he was kicked. He's telling the referee he was kicked. He's stamped on his foot. Yeah, that was Brian Karamanje. Yeah, that does all make sense from what Ayonde was saying. So he'll go to the sidelines. Ayonde and Nyawa, the goal scorers. The Cameroonian just waiting to be allowed to come back on now.
I think for Yadah, he has really done more. You know, you need your career at a different club to start well. I don't think he had a start like this at FC Platinum. So yeah, you get a goal, it gives you a lot of confidence. And especially after being given a nod ahead of other players to be in the starting 11.
Yes, FC Platinum brought him for the CAF Champions League campaign, but usually, as you say, they had him on the bench, and you wondered why, if you brought in a foreign player and they wanted someone with presence, with height, to play in the Champions League. But overall, in that 2019 season, didn't get to that much game time for FC Platinum. Mucheto with the free kick, headed away by Jaure. Now chance for a break with Bill Antonio. Ayonde didn't quite read that one. Nyawa doing plenty of running too. This is going to be a difficult afternoon for Yadah by the looks of it. But here's Issa Sadiki. Certainly he's one of their key players. Barnabas Mushunje now. Dynamos break again. Chidaba. But Godfrey Mukambi will put it away. But still they're being pegged back all the time. Shandirwa. Good run this from Tanaka Shandirwa. And Binzi, Fortune Binzi. Oh, he could have done a bit better. And now Trevor Mavunga. Excellent defensive work. Another of Dynamo's new signings, the defensive midfielder, Trevor Mavunga. And Dynamo's on top of things in every department here. It was Jalai who headed it out.
I don't think Yadah have really offered much up front. You know, first early minutes, the first 5 minutes, we saw a couple of runs from their wide players, but that was just it. And that final pass in the final third, it's not coming Yadah's way.
Yeah, there are glimmers here and there. Shandira is dispossessed by Murwera. And under a bit of pressure now, God knows Murwera. And his experience sees him deal with it. There's the other God knows. Oh, that was a nasty foul. Barnabas Mushunje was taken out. His first yellow card of the game. And that'll be for Tanaka Shandirwa.
Yeah, he was a shade too late and right in front of the referee, so there was no way that the referee was going to ignore that one.
Definitely. That's just Tino Muchikembizi playing as a defensive link. Bill Antonio, he lost his footing. So two God knows on the field here. God knows Mangani, who's captaining Yadah, and God knows Murwera for Dynamos. So it's been pretty much all Dynamos. Goals from Shadrach Nyawa in the 10th minute and Albert Ayonde in the 21st. Beautiful goal it was. Beautiful finish from Ayonde and from Nyawa too. So Dynamos fans will be very, very pleased with how it's gone so far. Chibuku with the throw for Yadah. And Brian Karamanje. Well, that's good defending from Frank Makarati. He rose high. Jalai now and Bill Antonio on his Dynamos debut to Albert Ayonde. Chidoba and Trevor Mavunga. Makarati to Murwira. Again, Dynamos really controlling things.
Yeah, they are very comfortable, Dynamos, and the other problems they had last week, in the middle of the park, the two defensive midfielders they had, I think they were just playing the same role. But today you see Chadrick Nyawa, he's playing way up the field, and Trevor Mavunga is staying back to protect the defense.
Yeah, they're so much more comfortable today, and Nyawa impressing and coming forward such a lot for them. Luke Musikiri, one of their other teenage wonder boys, still not registered, as we heard from Tondarandiraya before the game, and Juan Mutudza, the midfielder, also not registered as yet. And Murwira will deal with it for Dynamos. Shandirwa for Yadah. Again, they're trying to and struggling really to construct things in the final third. It'll be Lennox Mucheto with the free kick. Dynamos taking no chances. They brought everybody back for this, including Ayonde. But Shandira not able to get there. Here's Mukambi playing against his former team, Godfrey Mukambi. Good work rate from God knows Murwira.
Youth versus experience on that far side.
Yes, it's good to have some youngsters, but you need those experienced players too. Bill Antonio then, loads of pace. Next to him we're seeing Bright Chibuku, the left back, who's got a lot of work on his hands. Jalai with a throw, Mushunje. Yadah starting to warm up some substitutes as they search for ideas.
Yeah, because they are really short of ideas on the pitch. They are not finding a way to break down Dynamos. Yes, a couple of runs here and there, occasional flashes of brilliance, but it hasn't yielded anything as yet.
No, and they lost important players who were with them in the 2019 season. Leroy Mavunga, their most influential, inspirational player, one of those who are out, and even looking at the names on the bench, there's not really that many who stand out. Nkosi Mklanga, who did score for them back in 2019, among them. But you feel that they could struggle in this Group 1 in the Chibuku Super Cup.
But they've got goals in them. We saw against Caps United, scored 2 quick goals. And a couple of chances they got. They could have even scored 4 or 5 in the first half. So yeah, we know they are a side that can score.
Yep, certainly they are unpredictable. Timon Mvula, the former Wangi keeper. Well, he hasn't had very much to do here, but we did see a diving save. Shandira with that run. Kafela Pangila, goal scoring opportunity maybe. Prosper Kafela Pangila. And it wasn't far off target.
He wasn't. I think this is probably what they need to be doing. they've tried to walk the ball into the 18-yard box, but you know, when you get within firing range, you got to try. It's a good try from Kafela Panjila.
As Jaure again wants to pick out Albert Ayonde. Couldn't quite control it. 12 minutes to go to half-time. The early game, 2-2 between Bulawayo City and the Bulawayo Chiefs, with the Highlanders playing chicken in the Bulawayo group tomorrow.
That one promises to be a cracker.
Oh, it does. Really looking forward to that one. God knows Mangani now for Yadah. Lennox Mucheto, as they do push a few men into attacking positions. Mangani again. Muchkembizi, overlap from Bright Chayambuka, who's hardly overlapped at all in the left-back position. Kafela Panjila, oh, that was a waste after a promising build-up.
But I think for Genesis Mangombe, because he's also up there on the touchline, he will be happy that at least, you know, there's a bit of impetus coming through from Yadah. And this injury by the Dynamos goalkeeper Mvula, I think, will afford Genesis Mangombe the time that he needs probably to realign his troops and see what has really gone wrong in this first half.
Yeah, and just to emphasize, Yadah didn't have a proper warm-up. They had about 10 minutes or so. That would have counted against them as well, plus causing this delay to the game of 29 minutes as they arrived late, and then there were issues of presenting their COVID-19 certificates. The Dynamos themselves only getting here around about 2 o'clock, but were able to have a full warm-up because of the delay caused by Yadah. So a lunchtime kickoff here at the National Sports Stadium. Mvula back on his feet as Yadah continue to warm up all of their substitutes. Trevor Mavunga looking steady in that defensive midfield role for Dynamos as Maraba, Godfrey Mukambi, with one of his trademark kind of headers, which he used to do for Dynamos back in 2019 when he was such a fan favourite. Here's Jaure. I guess you'd say Tondra Andarai preferring a sleeker looking central defender with Frank Makarati. Now Bill Antonio goes central this time. Chidoba. Tanaka Chidoba, but straight to the keeper Tanyaradzwa Huni.
So again, good play from Dynamos. Chidoba, he needs to work on the final ball.
Yeah, you called it earlier, Howard, and all those players to aim for.
Because that cross could have been deep. There were 2 players on the near side.
And if you see that replay, Shadrach Nyawa in just the same place as where he was when he got that first goal on 10 minutes, just inside the box. So they can again take their time and build it from the back. Makarati, signed from Ngezi Platinum Stars, and Tondra Andarai was then the Ngezi coach when he brought Makarati to the club. Still Ayonde in the number 9 role for Dynamos. He'll be thrilled to have got his first goal for the club. Murwira really dominating possession, are Dynamos. And rising high, Bright Chayambuka above Bill Antonio. Now here's a Mushunje. That's good from Murwira. God knows Murwira. Oh, what a cracker! Godnos Murwira with a brilliant goal. Absolutely superb. He went on the run. He fancied his chances. And Dynamos in complete control. 3 excellent goals we've seen. Oh, this has to be the best of the lot from a Godnos Murwira. What a brilliant finish. As Tanya Ratuhuni beaten for a 3rd time.
Yeah, he's wondering what just hit him.
An earthquake?
Yeah.
A bombshell?
I think this is what you get from Godnos Murwira. You know, when he finds space, you punish any team.
Fantastic. That's probably 35 yards out. There's a rocket from Godnos Murwira. What a different Dynamos we're seeing today. Lifeless in front of goal 6 days ago. And lethal today. Goals from Shadrach Nyawa, Albert Eonde and Godnos Murwira.
I think this is probably what Tondera Indiraya, wanted, because there were a lot of questions being raised. Is he going to be able to get something out of Dynamos this season? I think he has gotten an answer for his critics, because we have seen some brilliant goals here and much better Dynamos from the one that we saw from the first day.
If we were to open voting for goal of the tournament, I think you could vote already for Godnos Murwira, because that will take some beating, that Murwira effort. Absolutely magnificent. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Football back with a bang in Zimbabwe after the 18-month COVID-induced break. And how we missed all of this. Godfrey Mukambi to Lennox Mucheto. Still Fortune Binzi, 33, is the main striker for Yadah, but getting very little supply. Great goals we've seen in this first half. The record scoreline in this year's edition of the competition, 6-0 last weekend, FC Platinum against Wawa, so that's something for Dynamos to aim for if they fancy their chances. Here's Kafela Pangila though, so still Yadah able to create opportunities. That's Muchikembizi, well tackled. And Jalai deals with it. He misses this time though. Kafela Pangila for Yadah. Binzi, he's onside. Fortune Binzi, and now it comes to Muchikembizi and Shandirwa. In the end, it peters out.
Yeah. This has been Yadah's story, in the past 40 minutes.
Well, that's Issa Sadiki, one of their best attempts so far. It goes wide, but at least putting the chance in.
Yeah, so Steve, we are live on ZT, and I think it's also good. There are a lot of people watching, some as far as Iceland, the UK, South Africa. I think it's really good, taking football to the people in this way. I know a lot of people are nostalgic, and probably this is the way they are in touch with what's happening back home. So yeah, it's really great to be streaming.
It's fantastic. Weekends in Zimbabwe, what are they without our local football? So it's great to have you with us, although there's no one in the stadium in terms of fans. Great that we can unite all around the world and enjoy Zimbabwean football. Yadah not particularly enjoying it, however, as they're 3-0 down. Mushunje he'll try to earn a corner, but he doesn't. 2 minutes to go to half-time.
and Dynamos are really in control. I think he's hoping, from a Tonderai Nderai's perspective, that second half brings in more goals. Because you had teams like FC Platinum in the first match day, getting half a dozen goals. So, yeah, why not if you can?
That's the target, I think. 3 to the good just before half-time. And caps Dynamos next weekend. Well, this really does whet the appetite for that clash. Mukambi with a header. Dynamos push men up again. Shadrach Nyawa, who got the opening goal. He looks comfortable, he looks athletic. Enjoying his attacking midfield role. Which Mcimbizi is dispossessed. Chidaba. No takers for that one.
I think Chidoba was a bit slow, in reacting. Yes, the ball came from him. Then Ion had moved wide onto that far side, so there was nobody to receive right in the middle. So Chidoba should have then slowed it himself in where Ion had been.
Jalai looks like he's going to go for a long throw. Referee says that was time wasting. With 45 minutes to go. And a 3-0 lead, but the referee felt that was time wasting. Wanda Carlotta. One minute of stoppage time. We will play. Jalai Eonde right in front of goal. Jaure with a header. Mangani. Is there a break on? Isa Sadiki. Shandira is there. Binzi is there. We can't get it to them. God knows Murwira looking sleek and majestic. As a collision with Mucheto. No foul, says the referee. Sadiki. Can they get something on the break? So dying seconds of this first half, Howard, your thoughts?
I think this half belonged to Dynamos. It's been Dynamos. Yes, we saw some excellent play, I think just for a few minutes from Yadah, but it's been Dynamos. And 3 brilliant goals from Dynamos, and they deserved it.
Look forward to the half-time highlights montage. 3 fantastic goals. Shadrach Nyawa, Albert Eonde, and God knows Murwira. Half-time here at the National Sports Stadium. Yadah 0, Dynamos 3.
Your friend in steel, Steelmate Investments, brings you a bigger environment to shop for your steel products. A new roofing sheet manufacturing plant completes your satisfaction to your construction project. Chromadeck and galvanized roofing sheets are manufactured while you wait and still cut and bent to custom size. Products in stock are diverse for use in agriculture, mining, engineering, construction sectors, and for personal use. Call your friend and steel marketing team today on 242-611-80203 or visit our website www.steelmate.co.zw. Simbiako pa Steelmate Investments, your friend in steel.
more.
Dynamos is trending right now on social media. I'm sure about this. We are at halftime. Welcome and thank you so much for joining us right here on ZTN. We say get the picture. And the picture is that Dynamos are leading by 3-0 at the moment. They are playing against Yadah at the National Sports Stadium. This is match day 2. And in other games also currently going on is Black Rhinos and Krembon. It's still 0-0 there at Sakuva Stadium. It's another humdinger of a match between the soldiers there. Guys, thank you for joining me again at halftime. But Marco Gold, your take on the game so far?
You know what, Koti? I think this Abero Moro nonsense comes to an end now. The most trending topic should be Dynamos.
Dynamos should be trending.
Abirombo Garabasai. Dynamos have just become explosive, and this is the Dynamos, you know.
Things have changed for Dynamos. The Dynamos that we saw last week, definitely not the same Dynamos.
Brilliant Dynamos. I think, I don't even know what to say, but you know what? It's been a while we have seen Dynamos play like this. And I really think if this is how they are going to play the whole season, wow, we are in for a very good season from Dynamos.
Those pictures there coming to you are the highlights of the first half where we got goals from Shadrach in the 10th minute and then another one.
This one was a worldie.
Oh, what a goal. What a stupendous shot there from Zizou, they call him. That's God knows Murwira. The man who came with impetus today and has completely shut down that left flank and also going up front now just to show his mental. Yes, what a goal. And what a celebration also to go with it. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's
there you go. It definitely got a trend, that one. Yeah,
brilliant goal. brilliant goal. You know what I like about Zizou is he played very well in the first half. He shut out Issa. You know that boy was all over the place last week versus Caps. He shut out Issa from on the right, and then he's attacking as well. This is what Dynamos was missing.
Yeah,
I really like the way Dynamos is playing
But
today.
if there's somebody that excites me, you know, as commentators, as pundits, there always comes a player who has a name to it. How would you like Bill Antonio? That's
Bill Antonio.
It has a ring to it, doesn't it?
It does.
Bill Antonio.
Bill Antonio.
Dynamo's number 26. It is just no ordinary player. A 16-year-old boy thrust into the deep end, and he's playing like he's always been doing it. And then
I guess he's always been doing it at that little age, you know, when you come into such a big match, there's a lot of nerves as well that go on around. But he has really kept his composure and he's just played like a
normal business.
The confidence is amazing. I think this is from what the coach will be telling him. You know, you don't talk so much when you are telling young players coming into a big match. You just tell them to go and enjoy themselves. So if you've got the support of the coach, you know I can do anything and nothing will happen to me. And you can see how Antonio is playing. He's doing very well.
I can do all things through Tonde, who strengthens me. That's what you'll be saying.
And then we get to a point where we say Yadah changed their goalkeeper because he was shy. What have you done to Tanyara's Gowuni now? Because the guy has just had a baptism of fire. And Yadah had 6s and 7s. The good thing about our mics that we have at the stadium there, you can hear Tanyara's Gowuni calling, Maraba, Maraba, come. What is that? What are Dynamos doing? Dynamos are overloading. When they are going up front, they are going in numbers. So Godfrey Mukambi believes he's marking his man, but to his right there is another man coming. And Tanyara's Gowuni is watching it and says, look, there are just too many people.
But I think in as much as Tanyara's is exposed, the defense is not doing well. You see the 2 goals they conceded, the first 2 goals, it was all defensive. The first one, Maraba, I don't know, he fluffed his clearance and then robbed quickly into the box, a goal. Then the second one, Albert.
Good position in the middle of the park.
And he placed
and
it
he
far. Nice one. But the defense, the defense, they're not doing well. Last week they were much better than what they're doing today.
They were much more organized than they are today. But the goalkeeper really trying by all means possible to take charge of the situation there. But again, when you are 3 goals down, it's very difficult psychologically to come back. What do you think they have to do now in the second half?
Yadah. I think Yadah would now need to come and say, guys, we are playing a group kind of game. Let's minimize the damage. But right now, Dynamos are smelling blood. And the
I
goals,
thought they were actually holding the blood in their hands.
I think they are. Because this Nyawa goal, it's not a fluke. It's not just too much power. No, it's placement. And you look at that and say, these guys want more. And the downside to it, Dynamos, and just like another team, they are allowed 5 substitutions. And the guys who are on the bench, they're saying, they're shitty. You might as well get in there.
They're ready to jump in.
Ready to jump in and score. Yeah, that's true.
Well, in case you are just joining us, we are live here at the studio, just looking at the match that saw Dynamos start late against Yadah FC. And the Yadah FC that walked into the stadium dejected somewhat because they were late and they also had to go through the protocols and guidelines of the COVID-19 pandemic. We can't have football without that. But that already also put them in a very difficult position. And now you find them really under pressure and trying to come back, but they're in 6s and 7s, and at halftime they're down by 3-0. And what a power goal there from God knows Murwira in the 38th minute. Now, Mo, you are a striker, you know what this means, but coming into a game where you were not playing in the last game and just coming in with such brilliance as God knows Murwira has done. He's been shutting down there at the left back position, which we really, prior to the match, we were sort of criticizing and thinking, what exactly is Tonde thinking? But seems he's got his wits of the game.
Yeah, we talked about it last week when we were saying Dynamos really missed God knows Murwira. Besides the effort that he puts, he's actually a leader on the pitch. Those youngsters, they listen to him. And the confidence that he exudes, he just tells you that, I'm better than you. And when he does that, he proves that, he shows you that he's better than you. So he shut down Issa there. And thumbs up to Tonde because, I think Tonde watched Yadah play last week and he saw that, Sadiki is the one who's giving problems to Caps. So let me put God knows there. No cross from the right, nothing. If he's not very careful, he's going to be substituted.
I loved the technique from God knows, because if you look at the replay, he knows his positioning. All he does is to check the ball, and we release. Everything sorts out itself, and it is a beautiful goal. It's a beautiful goal. I'll bet you want to remember the guy who brought him to Dynamos. Is the same guy, Gilbert Sengo, who brought Epupa, the Cameroonian.
Yeah.
It seems it's working magic. He didn't do well at FC Platinum.
Absolutely not.
But such a good goal gives you confidence. One thing about Dynamos, either it crushes you or it gives you confidence. And up to this day, I always tell people that I don't believe Evans Gwekwerere was as good as we made him to believe. But because you're playing for this team,
and you're scoring goals
with a mythical 7 million supporters, right now everybody says, look.
No.
I said, I believe.
No. Gwekwerere was actually good. No.
You played against Gwekwerere a couple of times.
No, made him to be.
No, Gwekwerere was actually good. I played against Gwekwerere. And he went to South Africa, he played for Jomo Sono, he was scoring goals, he played for Swallows, he was good.
No, but where Marco is coming from is that
it's amplified.
The confidence.
It's amplified.
It's amplified when you're playing for
It's
Dynamos.
amplified.
Yeah. But he was actually good. You could score that guy.
Well, do you agree with my panel of analysts here that maybe it's just the confidence that the Dynamos fans have to give you also to come up and be this superstar that you are. Please do join the conversation as well on our comment section. They want to see what you think and what your thoughts are. We are streaming live on YouTube, and we are also on the ZTN Facebook page where we're giving you these live games. The Chibuku Super Cup, we are at halftime. Dynamos playing against Yadah FC, and it's currently 3 goals to the good to Dynamos. And in the other match, Cranbourne Bullets playing against Black Rhino. Still 0-0, gentlemen, in that particular encounter. We were talking off air.
So it's always a tight game. It's always a tight game because remember Yabo, a former Black Rhinos coach, he knows some of those players. So it's always going to be tight.
You know, Cranbourne and Rhinos. Rhinos is the main team. So everybody wants to beat Rhinos. And when you are not at Rhinos, you prove that you are supposed to beat Rhinos.
Well, we don't know for a fact where you want to be right now, but I can tell you the best place to be is here on ZTN. Gentlemen, we see you at the end of the game for the after-match analysis of this particular game. Dynamos playing against Yadah FC. Howard Msonza is at the stadium together with veteran commentator Steve Vickers. Let's enjoy this particular game.
Your friend in steel, Steelmate Investments, brings you a bigger environment to shop for your steel products. A new roofing sheet manufacturing plant completes your satisfaction to your construction project. Chromadeck and galvanized roofing sheets are manufactured while you wait and still cut and bent to custom size. Products in stock are diverse for use in agriculture, mining, engineering, construction sectors, and for personal use. Call your friend and steel marketing team today on 242-611-80203 or visit our website www.steelmate.co.zw. Simbiako pa Steelmate Investments, your friend in steel.
And to get the action underway, the captain, God knows Mangani. But it was a really tough first half for Yadah with those brilliant goals from Dynamos. We're ready to go, but the referee's just going to allow a substitution to be made right at the start of this second half. So Yadah in the red, attacking the goal to the right of your picture. Dynamos in the blue. Very much a resplendent Dynamos in the first half with those goals from Murwira, Ayonde and Nyawa. Here's Ayonde. Godfrey Mukambi trying to get the ball from him. Chidoba. Ball almost stuck to his feet, but too much force, says the referee, Wanda Carlotta. Be a free kick to Yadah. So the substitution, Kosi Mhlanga, wearing 42, comes on. He certainly scored a couple of free kicks back in the 2019 season for them, did Mhlanga. So he can get them from range. Here's Lennox Mucheto. Sadiki still goes. Issa Sadiki, good run this. But Frank Makarati defends. God knows Murwira. Well, spots the keeper off his line, and I think we had something spectacular in mind.
Yeah, I think he had two minds there, because Bill Antonio was also calling for the ball, so I think he was caught in between. In the end, he ended up wasting the opportunity. I think probably if he had gone with his initial idea, maybe try to lob it off the goalkeeper, it was going to be good.
There's a long way out, way back in his own half, but could have been worth a try. Mukambi to Shandirwa, who's probably been one of Yadah's better players today and in their first game against Caps. Can't really find an opening there though, with so many Dynamos men back, and that was the foul. Substitute Nkosi Mhlanga, quite an imposing player. He's got the stature. Chayambuka's throw. Muchkembizi. Nowhere to go though for Yadah. And the direct approach not working either.
And I think for Yadah, coming into the second half, they've got a lot of belief. Just taking a leaf from what Caps United did, because they completely dominated in the first half. Then Caps United came back very strong in the second half. So yeah, maybe they'll be fancying their chances that, but hey, 3 goals, it's just a bit too much.
It's a tall order, but they're playing with urgency at the start of this second half, Yadah. And Murwira will try the route 1 ball. Bill Antonio on his debut for Dynamos, showing us some of what he's capable with his speedy runs. Shandira out-muscled. Mushunje. Ionde with the flick. And Antonio. Dynamos with their first real attack. Ionde, is he onside? Well, it was taken anyway by the keeper, Tanya Ratswa Huni. The sub and Nkosi Mhlanga. And that was a foul on Prosper Kafela Pangila.
Maybe Yadah do need that miracle after all.
I think they do. But a goal any time now would give them some hope. Godfrey Mukambi. Well, the target man was Lennox Mucheto, but it's not really working out for Yadah. And that'll be a throw-in for Yadah, although Ayonde was trying his best to get something from it. Just gets a little word from the referee. Well, he's so strong, he'll try and use his force. Dynamos loads of options on the bench. David Temwanjira is a striker, a new signing. Others who were relegated, like Jarrison Selemani.
Even the likes of King Nadolo as well. Yes, he wasn't really that good in the first game, but I'm sure if called to action today, these guys can give something, Dynamo something.
Kafela Pangila puts that one through to Sadiki. That's better from Yadah. They get themselves a corner. And another on the bench, Newman Sianchali, another new signing for Dynamos. Wonder if he'll get a run today. Kafela Pangila with a good-looking corner. That'll be interesting to look at again, but Dynamos will speed away. Antonio, good tackle from Muchikembizi. And there's 5 Yadah players against 4 Dynamos men. Just took a little bit too long. Lennox Mucheto. Referee says no, that was not a foul. But they're really committing. Issa Sadiki. Good run from Sadiki.
I think that was a great opportunity for Yadah. It's a pity they wasted that opportunity, because when it was 5 versus 3, they could have surely utilized that. Because, the numbers, they had the numbers. But God knows Mangani wasted it by twisting and turning and twisting and turning. Otherwise, he could have tried, just like what God knows Murira or Shadrack Nyawa did.
Yeah, and God knows Mangani with this responsibility of captaining. So it was Fortune Binzi who was taken off just to confirm for Nkosi Mahlanga at the start of the second half. It's a big role that Mangani has as captain, and a player who's certainly getting towards the end of his career. Murwira is looking for Chidoba. There's the sub, Mahlanga. So he's playing in a different role to Binzi, who he replaced, and this looks promising. Shandirwa. Tanaka Shandirwa. Big opportunity! Oh, and it's squandered. Really, really squandered. As Yadah had a fantastic chance. Tanaka Shandirwa.
I think he had a good run-up. Nice 1-2 passes there, but the final delivery was just not there. From Kafela Pangila, it wasn't there, because Shandirwa had done all the dirty work.
He really had, and Prosper Kafela Pangila. If you look at how Albert Ayonde scored in that net in the first half from a fairly similar position, he finished beautifully. Good challenge that from Mucheto. Mvula towards Ayonde, but it's Mukambi who wins the challenge. Well, Yadah certainly trying. Sadiki. And a foul on Tanaka Chidoba. right in front of his coach Tondera Ntiraya.
So I see a lot of similarities between Chidoba and Bill Antonio. Although Bill Antonio is also gifted with a bit of speed, but well, maybe let's just blame the youthfulness in these two players, because when it comes to making decisions, I think this is where they're lacking. They can take on players, but the final delivery is just not coming.
Yeah, talented youngsters. Now this is a decent looking run. Antonio still enjoying himself on his Dynamos debut. Let's knock on Albert Ayonde, who got the second of the goals. It's a tough group, this one, the Harare group, with 6 teams and the top 2 going to the quarterfinals, as Ayonde, nasty impact. He's still being looked at. It is a tough group, this one. Even goal difference could be handy, so this will be a decent outcome for Dynamos if it stays like this. Subs being warmed up include Jaris and Selemani with 8s, the blonde-haired Tinashe Makanda. So Ayonde on the stretcher, or just by it. He's going to get a bit of attention. Yadah trying, but Dynamos really have looked on a different level. Mucheto, Chayambuka, Kafela Pangila. It's a Shandiro who's in the central striking position at the moment for Yadah. Kind of a strange substitution, because they took off the centre striker, and Nkosi Mahlanga, who came on, is playing in central midfield, and they're 3-0 down.
Yeah, it's really one that boggles the mind, because you think they would have put in more numbers up front.
Frank Makarati for Dynamos, comfortably in the driving seat. They'll be happy just to take their time. Mushunje. Ayonde's back on, by the way, now, after that knock. Godfrey Mukambi. I mean, it would be great for our football to see a really exciting Dynamos, a really good Dynamos, because 2019 was a poor season for them. But to see them something at their best would be really good for football.
Yeah, I think not taking anything away from other teams like Yadah, but I think a very good Dynamo side also brings a lot of excitement to the league.
It definitely does. So if you're just joining us, the game started 29 minutes late because, nearly a mix-up as Ayonde almost capitalised. I bet Yadah get away with it. The game started late because Yadah arrived late, and then there was a delay as they were not able to present their PCR COVID-19 results. And they didn't have a proper warm-up before the game, which could be a factor.
I heard they came with vaccination cards in terms of PCR test certificates.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because the PSL would like all of the players to be vaccinated. Of course, that doesn't mean that you're negative necessarily, does it? So, as Muruira switches it, Mushunje ran out of options. They'll go all the way back as we approach the hour mark. Shadrach Nyawa, scorer of the first goal. Jare just reducing it to a stroll. Chayambuka to the keeper, Tanya Radswahuni, who came in today after Panashe Nyabunga played the game last week for Yadah. Here's Lennox Mucheto. Nkosi Matlanga's touch.
Yeah, I see better organization from Yadah in the second half because they were being overrun in the middle of the park. Maybe Nkosi Mtlanga coming in the middle of the park has done something for them, but it's certainly been better in the second half.
Yeah, he's adding some muscle and some presence in the midfield. Muchkembizi. That's Frank Makarati. And the ball went out. There'll be a throw for Yadah. Lennox Mucheto. Muchkembizi. I think he kind of thought of going for it. Shandirwa. Tanaka Shandirwa. It's well worked. Matlanga's there. Nkosi Matlanga. Oh, wasted opportunity for Yadah.
But I think Geresi Mangombe will be excited. Certainly better play from Yadah. I think the last 5 minutes they really tried to, to pin back Dynamos. But I think Dynamos will be able to get this chance to make a change now. And Tanaka Chidoba will be sacrificed. And we'll see what we'll see from.
It looked like Tino Chiunye has
Tino
come on.
Chiunye was just come on in.
That's Dynamo's first change. Mushunje. And he's sitting back a little bit in the second half. So Chiunye takes that same position down the left flank where Chidoba was for Dynamos. That's the sub.
Yeah, on a good day, he'll give you a lot of width. But it certainly hasn't been good because he played in the first game. He couldn't deliver much.
Yeah, was with Caps and ZPC Kariba. He's going to get his first touch. Tino Chiunye. Mavunga still keeping things steady in that defensive mid position. And Murwira wanted it, he gets it. Towards Eonde. Chiunye! He fires. Eonde!
I think there was a miscommunication there between Mushunje and Eonde. At the end of the day, they couldn't make much out of that opportunity. Remember the goals they got, the one that Eonde scored and the one that Muriro scored. It was from a distance, and you're on the edge of the box. I think they could have done much better with a bit of communication.
Yeah, they could. Dynamos lead 3-0. Imagine if we had a 30,000 crowd for this game with the great goals that we've seen. Now Sadiki. His work rate has been good for Yadah. Mucheto. Can they work something from this? Sadiki again. Mucheto threads it forward, and Kafela Pangila Don't think he quite read it. They'll come with Yadah with a good run. So Dynamos lead 3-0. Normally you can't just multiply the number of goals in the first half to give you the number of goals. You can't just multiply it by 2 to give you the overall scoreline.
The overall scoreline.
No.
Otherwise, we would have been saying, okay, it's a done deal. Dynamos are going to score 3 more in the second half.
Your projection might say 6-0, but it doesn't usually work like that.
But you are a stats man, Steve. What does statistics say?
Well, it's sort of like a curve. So the curve sort of goes down as you get in the second half, especially if you're in a comfortable lead.
Okay. I thought it was a given. That if you score in the first half, you score the same number in the second half.
It doesn't always project like that. We'll see if Dynamos can add to the tally or if Yadah can give us a contest. And Nkosi Mahlanga, the sub in that defensive midfield position. Kafela Pangila, Lennox Mucheto. Oh, that's a good challenge. He's going to catch the keeper off his line! What a goal! Shadrach Nyawa gets his second. Oh, fantastic. It is 4 for Dynamos.
Yeah, that's really amazing. That's some goal. Steve, you were talking about a goal of the tournament? How is that?
Vote 1 for Murwira, vote 2 for Nyawa. Well, Huni was caught out. How far back was this? Brilliant. (4-0) on just past the halfway line. What vision.
I feel sorry for the goalkeeper. You know, you come in for somebody else who was there in the first match and you do this. I feel sorry for him.
A tough afternoon. Or a tough lunchtime, would we say, in this lunchtime fixture that has really entertained us. Chiunye could have picked out Mushunje. Fabulous goal from Shadrach Nyawa. Here he is again. Yadah. Jalai can roam forward. Mavunga. Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, Nyawa reminds me of Devon Chafa in his prime. Before that 6-month ban for alleged doping. I think this is what we got from Devon, and I'm really happy for the Warriors because look, you went to the African Nations Championship in January, and yeah, we saw a bit of him, but I think this season we'll be able to finally see what he can offer.
Yeah, I mean, who has announced themselves with goals from the halfway line? If you look back, David Beckham, Wayne Rooney. So could he be announcing himself today with that brilliant goal there, Shadrach Nyawa? So double substitution is looming for Dynamos. Sien Charlie is getting ready to come on. And Tinashe Makanda too. What a feast of top-notch goals. 4 of them, and all of them have been wonderful strikes. Mucheto now. And Trevor Mavunga. Nyawa. Double substitution still looming for Dynamos. They've absolutely run the show today. 3/4 of the way through the match. Now then, this could be a chance for Sadiki. Issa Sadiki was unmarked, but they do deal with it. Muruira and Makarati. Now Chiunye, poor ball, Mukambi. They up the tempo to Yadah, Mutlanga, Nkosi, Mutlanga. Good keeping from Mvula. That was Godfrey Mukambi, who came all the way from the back and came quite close to scoring. Chiunye. Bad ball that though. And now we will have the substitution. So Albert Eonde for Newman Sianchali. Dynamo's debut for Sianchali, from Wange to Highlanders to Caps and now to Dynamos. And Makanda for Bill Antonio.
So I think the intent there from Tondera Indira, he wants more goals.
That's what it looks like. Like I say, goal difference could well be a factor in the group. So Sianchali goes straight into that centre forward position, which Eonde was occupying, and he wins the ball too for Dynamos. Here's Nyawa, Shadrach Nyawa, Chiunye, fighting for every ball. Mchikembizi, Mankani, Sadiki. They've tried, but opposition has been too strong, really. Four marvellous goals we've had. Jalai, that was Makanda, the sub. Don't know if he has the pace that Bill Antonio has, but we'll see what Makanda can produce. Sadiki, Mucheto. Player did go down in the box, but the referee not interested. Mavunga, 35 for Dynamos. He certainly had a solid game.
I think it's much better from Mavunga, because last week they were playing the same role with Ali Maliselo, and they were all playing too deep. Nobody was going forward the way Shadrach Nyawa is going forward today.
Nyawa's done a lot of attacking. So inside the final 20 minutes, there's going to be a double substitution for Yadah, and Orbit Tafira is one of them, centre striker. How the Dynamos fans would have loved to have been here to have witnessed this. Great, great performance. Sadiki. He can certainly run with the ball at his feet. Kanisa Sadiki, what can he make from it here?
He's really exciting when he's got possession. I think he reminds me of his brother Ali Sadiki. I think with a bit of agents in getting the delivery into the box, I think he'll be a very, very good player for Yadah.
Orbit Adebayor Tafira, the former Highlanders player, to come on. Kabanda also on. Can they pull one back? Definite goal-scoring range. And Nkosi Mahlanga could be one to watch here because he has converted these for Yadah before. Otherwise, Sadiki might want to curl that left-footed, which again, Bezi also is there. It's Mahlanga, a low one, a ground up, which didn't trouble Dynamos at all.
Yeah, certainly with the number of opportunities that Yadah have got, you would think, you know, when they get standard situations like that, they will try to use it, you know. But I think that was poor from Nkosi Mahlanga.
It really was one of the best opportunities they've managed. So watch out for Orbit Tafira, the number 9. Tall striker. Sadiki. But well positioned, straight to the keeper, Timon Mvula. Despite the scoreline, Mvula has had a few saves that he's had to make in the game. So it's not as though Yadah haven't had chances. Mucheto. There's Tafira. Sadiki. Good defending from Murwera. He seems to have hurt himself in the process. We still have to remember these players are not 100% fit after the long layoff and are more prone to pick up injuries. So Murwera was just putting the ball out, but got hurt in the process. He's up, he's okay. Mucheto puts it over. It comes to Chiunye.
I think that was the opportunity for Dynamos to break there. That Chiunye had 3 players on that far side. I think an early cross would have really worked well.
With the players rushing forward.
Yeah.
We have witnessed goals and goals here at the National Sports Stadium. Brought to you live by ZTN on Facebook and on YouTube. Another double substitution. They can make 5 substitutions in 3 intervals maximum. So David Temwanjera was a very good striker a couple of 3-4 seasons back. So he will replace Mushunje. And Mavunga is also coming off for Ali Maliselo.
I think for Tondera Ndirai, he just needs probably most of his players to just get game time, seeing that they are leading by 4 goals to 0. 75 minutes gone. Look, you can't falter the guy.
It's true, and David Temwanjera well worth having a look at. From Shabani, ZPC Kariba. Good run this again from Sadiki. Sadiki puts it over, and there were 4 players and it went past all of them. But his work rate has been great for Yadah. One of their best players this afternoon. So David Temwanjera, number 9 for Dynamos. You just feel there could be another good season or 2 in him, because he was a youngster when he emerged at Shabani and he got a lot of goals.
He did. Remember, Shabani was struggling, but when he left, he had done really well for Shabani. I remember in 13 games he had scored 10 goals already. I think that was a very good return.
So chance for Tondera Ndirai to have a look at him. We have yet another substitution. Godfrey Sango. Vincent Sango, I should say.
For Sadiki. and you wonder what's the thinking behind that, because you're 4-0 down with 13 minutes to go, of course, plus time added on, and you think a coach would want to get 1 or 2 goals, but when you take off your best player of the day,
doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Mhlanga, nice little touch for Yadah. There's Sango, the sub, gets involved already. Newman C and Charlie coming back to try to collect for Dynamos. Are there more goals on the way from Dimbari with Temanjira and C and Charlie? Both there as strikers. And Cian Charlie's really trying hard to get the ball, but a good spell of possession this from Yadah.
You know, give it a chance, Steve, you would want to impress. So if it means you're chasing every ball, you have to do it.
Good chest control that from Tafira. The big substitute striker for Yadah. But he needs a good supply of the ball to get you goals. That's him with the ball there, Orbit Tafira, who was with Highlanders. So Temanjira on for Mushunje. Tinashe Makanda. Shadrach Nyawa then, he has not been substituted, so still has a chance to get a hat-trick on his Dynamos debut. Cian Charlie and Temanjira are both playing up there as main strikers. So Ndiraya wants more by the looks of it. Jaure and Jalai. There's Cian Charlie to Makanda. Well, the keeper's got to be careful here, because he was caught out earlier with a goal from the halfway line by Nyawa, and he's got to watch it. Here's Mucheto. So Tafira playing in a striking role, and Vincent Sango too for Yadah. Two of their subs. There's Sango. Decent run, and Tafira might have done better. God knows Muruwira. Makanda. Cian Charlie. And Jalai. Dynamos have men on the edge of the final third. And Jalai, but they'll just play it around. 10 minutes to go. Such a comfortable outing for Dynamos.
I think this is probably the time, you know, to say there's no way Yadah are going to come back into this. Because with 10 minutes plus time added on, even if they do get a miracle, 4 goals are just a bit too much.
The Miracle Boys.
Oh, they're Miracle Boys.
They'll need something. Remember, they would have been relegated but for winning their last 3 games in the 2019 season. That certainly was something of a miracle that they pulled off, but it would be something huge needed here. So Dynamo's record in 1 p.m. kickoffs, as it stands, played 1, won 1, 4 goals scored and none conceded. So Tondra Ndiraya wouldn't mind another 1 p.m. kickoff going on this. Well, things are really slowing down now, because, like Howard says, there's no hope for Yadah unless something spectacular were to happen. But still, Coach Ndiraya can assess some of these players. Ali Malicello in midfield coming on as a sub. Now then, what can Cian Charlie do from here? Well, shielded well. Dynamos in command. And the battle for starting 11 places are going to be quite strong, I think, Howard, isn't it?
I think Ndira is a headache now, but I think what's giving him a spring in his step is, he's got all the players that he needs. Unlike the first game when some players were not registered, but now he's got, I think, probably one or two who are not registered. But a situation like this, a healthy squad and all players available, I think it's good.
Really is. Chiunye forward. Oh, yes, that was David Temanjera with the effort. Goal-scoring chance. A good ball that was from Jalai. Offside. Flag went up straight away. So it was Jalai with the ball over. Temanjera tried a back healer. This time, Huni in goal read that really well. God knows Muruera. Gets it through to Chiunye. He will not be dispossessed, Muruera. And Sianchali now. Nyawa goes for his hat-trick. This time the accuracy was lacking.
Yeah, he's right there. He's always there. I think it's good when Dynamos plays like this, especially building up for a game against Caps United, the big Harare derby. I think it will be good. And it promises to be a crack of a game again. Let's just see how Caps do tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see after they got that opening draw coming back against Yadah, if they can progress as Dynamos have here in terms of their level of performance. So 5 minutes to go. That was Nyawa's effort, his first goal for the club. Albert Ayonde with the second. Lovely composed finish. Then they just get better and better. God knows Muruera. Have to measure that, but that could be as much as 35 yards out as it was over on the left side. Meanwhile, Newman Sianchali's been subject of a nasty challenge, but he's up, he's okay. Free kick for Dynamos. And God knows Muruera from this position. Oh, very dangerous. Genesis Mangombe and his technical team, it's been difficult for them. It's Muruera, it is a curler. Sianchali, Jalai, he fancied his chance.
Look, they have gotten 2 goals from distance, so yeah, anybody's now fancying their chances.
What a day to be a Dynamos fan. This game will be talked about for a while with brilliant goals, and 2019 was a difficult season as Tondarai Ndiraya felt he didn't have the players that he needed. God knows Muruera with a bit of swag. Chiunye, Sianchali. Nobody wanted to fire. Makanda, and overlapping again, and good work rate this from Jalai. There'll be a recovery period needed for Yadah after this hammering today. For Ndiraya, he'll be absolutely delighted. Mucheto, can they manage to pull a goal back? Just a face saver, but no. Vincent Sango, who came on as a sub, he's done all right. But inside the final 3 minutes, Dynamos 4-0 up. Here's Tinashe Makanda. C and Charlie. Makanda rushes goalward.
I think the hunger is still there. They are leading 4-0, but they are still creating all these chances. I think any coach, coaching any team would want such a situation.
Because it looks like a deep squad that Dynamos have. There will be a fight to get picked. Beaten 4 times, Tanya Radzwa-Huni. God knows Murwira will dispatch the corner. And Dynamos keeping 3 men back on the halfway line, so not committing too much. Decent one. Sango. Well, 3 men struggling to get the ball off of Vincent Sango. Which can be easy. Chibuku. A tough game for Yadah. Nkosi Mahlanga. Mucheto. Dynamos would like to keep a clean sheet, no doubt.
Yeah, and I think they're happy to wind it down and just make sure nothing happens to their goal area.
Mukambi with a long ball.
Because remember, coming into this second round of games, all teams in Group 1 had 1 point each. So at the end of the day, it might come down to the number of goals scored to determine who goes through to the quarterfinals.
That could easily be the situation. Or Patsanjare, confident defending, quite physical. So we head into stoppage time. 2 goals for Shadrach Nyawa, the first and the fourth. Albert Ayonde and God knows Murwira also on the score sheet. If you are just joining us, a tough one this for Mangombe. If you are just joining us, don't go away, because you'll want to see the goal highlights package, because there were 4 beautiful goals, and we will be taking you through them and analysing them when the full-time whistle blows here. Orbit Tafira.
I think at the end of the game, our only problem will be, trying to determine which one can we call the goal of the day.
Very hard, very hard. Because that goal from the halfway line, well, those are just special, aren't they?
They are always special. Because it takes a lot to beat a goalkeeper, because this is the high level. So if you beat a goalkeeper from the halfway line, it's a good goal, and it can beat any goal any day.
Something special. Can Yadah get a consolation? As a packed Dynamos wall. So Mvula clean sheet in the first game, which was goalless. Clean sheet so far here. But it's very central, this one. Dangerous. Straight into the wall, though. Here's Chibuku. Sango. Chibuku. Is that really the story of the game? Yadah not able to break down the Dynamos defence. What a contest. What wonderful goals we have seen here.
Yeah, I think all 4 goals, you can't take anything away from the goals, but that man in your picture, Shadrach Nyawa, I think he's well, if we had a man of the match award to give out today, I think he has really done well.
He'd have to be. So much to talk about. It ends here at the National Sports Stadium. Yadah 0, Dynamos 4.
So that's one of the crackers. This from God knows Muruira. And then we thought we had seen it all.
There was more to come. Absolutely brilliant from a Shadrach Nyawa as Huni just saw the ball sailing over his head.
So I don't know, Steve, take your pick. Goal of the day, which one between those two?
I'd have to go for the Shadrach Nyawa from the halfway line. What a fantastic goal. It ends here at the National Sports Stadium. Yadah 0, Dynamos 4.
Your friend in steel, SteelMate Investments, brings you a bigger environment to shop for your steel products. A new roofing sheet manufacturing plant completes your satisfaction to your construction project. Chromadeck and galvanized roofing sheets are manufactured while you wait and still cut and bent to custom size. Products in stock are diverse for use in agriculture, mining, engineering, construction sectors, and for personal use. Call your friend and steel marketing team today on 242-611-80203 or visit our website www.steelmate.co.zw. Simbiako pa SteelMate Investments, your friend in steel.
Well, it's full time at the National Sports Stadium. What a game it was. What a game of superb goals today. And a baptism of fire for the Yadah goalkeeper there. We're going to go straight to the post-match there with Ashraf.
Hey, it is a massive scoreline for Dimbare. 2 goals from Shadrach Nyawa. His official debut today. Other goals from Albert Iwonde, and they say a 40-meter drive from God knows Murira. Or for Dynamos, the first 5 minutes they were under pressure. After that, they got into their element, they got into their zone. The coach as well, he changed his attire after that pre-match interview. He's got his swagger as well. Dynamos got their swagger as well. 4-0 in the end, and they are the first Harare side to get all 3 points in this Harare group. They move on to 4 points. Top the group at least for 24 hours. The winning coach, Dynamos coach, Twendera Ndiraya coach. I mean, you made 5 changes to that side. The approach was different, and in the end, 4 goals. Too good for Yadah FC.
Thanks, Ash. Look, it was difficult for us last week. We were forced to play with largely a team which we were not preparing with. I think this week we got some of those players back. Like I said in the pre-match interview, that it's pretty much the same team which played Highlanders in the Independence Cup. So yes, we were training like that, and today it came out. But of course, like I've said, it's still early days, still the beginning. Of course, I'm quite happy about the result. But of course, you can see that the performance is not really
where we wanted to be. But I think with more time, with more practice, more matches, more match fitness, I think we can get better. I've said it repeatedly that we've got a very good team. We have good players, rather, but those players need time to play together, to be together, to play games together. And obviously that will then bring an improved performance in the long run. But quite happy, quite impressed by the result. But of course, we've got more to work on. I'm quite impressed. We scored the time we wanted to score. We wanted to score in the first 10 minutes. We did that. We scored in the 8th minute. That then eased a lot of pressure off us. We came into this match with a lot of pressure. But after that goal, I thought our boys then it settled down and then started to dictate the pace. So happy about the result, happy by this 4-0 win. But of course, the performance, we still need to work on some things.
I mean, look, who wouldn't be happy with 4-0 as well at the end of the day? You know, you had them for lunch. I asked you if you were. You said yes as well. 4-0 in the end. Coach, for your next game as well, how big was Shadrack Nyawa? I mean, these guys have come in as well. It gives you confidence in this group because it's not an easy group. Yeah. To get a 4-0 win against a Yadah side like this, who are good against Caps, it's important as well. How big are these players who have come through into your team now?
Yeah, look, we've tried to build a team. We are building a team, and I'm glad that the team is taking shape. We saw that when we played the Independence Cup, but now the fitness is improved. We are improving, and these guys have come in with a different dimension. Trevor has come in. Of course, he's a bit slow, but I believe that he will pick up. Shadrack will always give you that energy you are looking for. He's a box-to-box player. We saw what he did today. Of course, all other new players are really shaping in. So, yeah, good times ahead for us. And I hope that in our next match we can also do well, quickly forget this win, prepare for the next match, which I believe is going to be a tougher one. But all in all, I'm happy. I'm happy with the new signings, and I hope we'll keep being a team.
All right, 4-0 in the end. Congratulations, Coach. Go celebrate with your boys.
Thank
all the best in the next game.
Thank you very much.
All right, Dynamos coach Tondera Ndiraya, 4-0, 3 points. The first side to get 3 points from the Harare group. Hey, they are done. Yeah, the commiserations for Yadah FC coach Genesis Mangombe. Coach, you said it was war. There was a bit of tension. First 5 minutes started out well. After that, it was an afternoon to forget. I mean, just sum it up for me as well. What went wrong for your boys today?
Yeah, at this level, we don't actually allow some silly mistakes. Yeah. One, we are playing a tournament. Two, we are playing one of the biggest teams in the country, and we make a lot of mistakes. So maybe we failed it because we misjudged our decisions at the back line. But we will adjust on that one come the next game on Wednesday.
All right, Coach, what do you tell your side after a 4-0? They're demoralized as well after this game. You seem like you do well in that final third except scoring goals. The build-up play is always nice. The tempo is always good. What you need to work on with your boys? What's the focus on this coming week?
Yeah, the thing is, if we lose it, you can admit this game we're not going to win it. So you have to adjust on certain positions so that when you come to the next assignment, you'll be ready to go. And also, who is the best player in this position. Playing against Dynamos, if you are able to play, then maybe during the midweek game you can do much better.
All right, Coach, tough lessons for today. 4-0 defeat for you. Hey, all the best in the next game. Commiserations for today. Go and get back to your boys, and all the best for Wednesday.
Thank you very much. Okay.
All right, so that is the Yadah FC coach, Genesis Mangombe, losing 4-0. We've got our man of the match, Shadrack Nyawa, officially his debut for Dynamos. 2 goals for him. He played in the Independence Trophy against Highlanders. They won that one. Comes in and... Hey, good performance there, Shadrack. I mean, for you, saw you at Chan there, impact player, come through, score 2 goals. You thought you'd score today? I mean, that was a good performance.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, talk to me about it. Your debut, coming in. What did you tell yourself before the game?
Anyway, what I want to say, I want to thank Coach Tonde for giving me this opportunity. And then I showcase these things. So I want to thank my teammates. If they wasn't there, I wouldn't be scoring those goals. So I want to thank me and all the fans that came. I want to thank ZTN all I want to say is thank you guys. And then all I want to say, I want to thank Coach of Yadah. It wasn't an easy game. Yeah, they gave us a tough game. So I want to say we are going back to the drawing board, going for the next match, so that we can see how we do.
What Timmy say is thank you. I think Dynamos is thanking you for the 2 goals you scored today.
Yeah, I want to thank Dynamos.
Going through ku next game. I mean, we times were all the talk. We have a registration problem. Bulawayo Chiefs, Chiefs, but Dimbare. Does it feel like home now? And what can you tell the fans? What can you promise them after scoring 2 goals on your debut?
Anyway, all I can say is I'm now a Dynamos football player. I feel at home. Being a Dynamos player. So I want to say to the fans, Wauya,
you announced your arrival for the 2 goals. Shadrack Nyawa, man of the match, 2 goals today in a 4-0 win. Congratulations, man. And on that one, all the best in your next game. Wamu Dimbare, Watu Wauya, you feel at home. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, that's the man of the match. Shadrack Nyawa for Dynamos FC, 4-0 in the end. He scored 2 goals. The other goal was Albert Iwonde, and then a 40-meter drive, they say, from God knows Murira. So we're going to show you a few of those goals, or all of those goals, and you get a chance to vote through who the goal of the match is. So we've got a goal from God knows Murira, a 40-meter drive, 2 goals from Shadrack Nyawa, man of the match, but Albert Iwonde there. You get a chance to come through as well and vote for your goal of the match right here at the National Sports Stadium. In the end, Yadah 0, Dynamos 4. That's the story here. Dynamos too good, the first side to get 3 points in this Harare group.
Rising high, bright Chibuku above Bill Antonio. Now here's some Mushunje. That's good from Muwera. God knows Muwera. Oh, what a cracker!
It's full time between Dynamos and Yadah FC. What a game, what a game. Goals galore, hey? They almost got close to FC Platinum there, but they failed to do so because FC Platinum managed 6 goals last weekend. But Dynamos are very, very, very clinical and they showed their mental, and they showed that they are actually the big brother in this football business in this country, and they maintained who they are as a team here in Zimbabwe. And I'm sure Marco Gold will agree with me today that Dynamos showed that they are indeed the big brothers in this football game.
Yeah, I would just say, long and short of it, Dynamos played like Dimbare today. Because there's a difference between Dynamos and Dimbare.
Okay.
That is Dimbare.
Just like there is a difference between Abel and Abero.
Abel and Abero, Dynamos and Dimbare. This is Dimbare.
This is
you
Dimbare
have
indeed,
goals
yeah.
that will be celebrated in Kambuzuma. God knows the Murwira. Shadrack Nyawa, where he came from Chiefs to Harare. He went to Chan. We all said, who is this guy?
Who is this man?
Who is this man? Turns out Shadrack Nyawa has arrived at Dynamos and he has got a brilliant goals. The second one, just after the halfway line, that's a huge goal. That's huge. I mean, good thing with footage, this could be a Puskas Award nominee. Because if Schlomboke kind of scores these goals and they get nominated, we need to make noise with this one as well.
Absolutely. We need to make noise about those goals. But the goalkeeper also way out of his line, and he did not anticipate that coming.
Yeah, I cannot blame the goalkeeper. I would say Shadrack was quick to think there and brilliant execution.
But more, having played in that position myself also, I would really think he was flat-footed? He wasn't.
He may have been flat. No, you know why he was flat-footed. These goals are rare in Zimbabwe. Nobody does
Even
that.
in the world.
Very few players try from just after the center circle or around the center circle. So it's difficult. But I would say it was a baptism of fire for the goalkeeper, having come in for for the previous goalkeeper. And then you get 4 past you. I don't want to believe he's going to play on Wednesday. If he plays, then. But the game itself, I think the second half, they tried. They really tried. They minimized. Put in a defensive midfielder, took out the top striker, and they tried to minimize. It was a good idea because they would have been hit for 7-8 if it wasn't for that move. Yeah.
Right, Mako, obviously this one is now, points in the bag for Tondera Ndiraya. A very happy man, he's in charge, he feels really good. But those changes that we spoke about prior to that game coming through, 5 of them, that's pretty much changing the entire team.
Yeah.
Your take on that, he actually also agreed to the fact that, yes, there was pressure.
And look, psychologically,
yeah,
you don't want to start a game and admit that there's pressure. And to tell your guys that there's pressure. But there was pressure. And Dynamos delivered. Then the key to Dynamos now is how do they manage their recovery. I'm not too well averse of how good their fitness trainer is, but if they're going to play on Wednesday, they haven't played today, they need about 2 days to recover. They need to put in a session as well. So it's really about managing energy levels. I thought the moment that they scored the 4th goal, I could see Nelson Mchekela coming to stand and suggest substitutions. That's what they needed to do, and they did that. They have new Messi and Charlie, who is also hungry to prove. You could tell the way he was running, but everyone else around him had said, no, you've done the business, but he wanted to prove. And headache now for Tondera Ndiraya. What do? You've got players there who want to prove. Maybe King Nadola will come on Monday and be on fire.
So it's that kind of a headache that every coach is relishing for.
Yeah,
it's a very good headache. I thought Tim Wanjira came in and he was supposed to have tapped in that cross from Jalai. Yeah. Just to bring his confidence up. He's not a bad striker at all. And once you start going, then you may not stop scoring. But then he came on. Yeah, I wasn't impressed. He should have taken that goal.
He wasn't impressed, but we were definitely impressed with what we saw today, the game between Dynamos and Yadah FC. Yadah FC were actually the home team today, losing that one by 4-0. Goals coming from Shadrach Nyahwa, who becomes the man of the match as well. 2 goals there, first in the 10th minute and then the other in the 64th minute. Also, Ewonde scoring there in the 21st minute. And then God knows Murira. Oh my God, what a goal that was. Such a thunder of a shot in the 38th minute there to make sure that Dynamos grabbed the full 3 points. So it's going to be an interesting group now because Dynamos are temporarily on top, at least for the night. They will be on top of that particular group. Other matches going on across the country. Triangle and FC Platinum are currently in action, and it is Triangle 1, FC Platinum 1. Triangle are at home in this particular game with Delika Musimba scoring there for Triangle and Stanley Ngala coming back to equalize for FC Platinum. They were actually down by 1-0 for a better part of that match. And Black Rhinos and Cranbourne, we are still yet to find out what is happening there, but we'll be posting the result of that match on our Facebook page. So please do go there and like the page. Follow us on our social media platforms across as well. We are there on Instagram. YouTube is where we give you also these games. And then Bulawayo Chiefs and Bulawayo City drew 2-2 in that particular encounter. Tomorrow is going to be another bit of action from Bulawayo. I relish that particular game.
It's
there.
a big one.
Yeah, it's a huge one. Highlanders up against
It's a
Chicken
huge
Inn.
one.
Yeah.
It's a big game. Both teams are coming into the game on the back of wins. One not so impressive, the other impressive. But everything else is thrown into the dustbin. Form doesn't matter. Injuries don't matter. It's all about how much you want that one. Because in Bulawayo, there are so many teams. But we all know that there's one Bulawayo derby. In Harare, there's so many teams. But we all know there's one Harare derby. And tomorrow's one is the real Bulawayo derby.
It's going to be an interesting one. The Islanders playing against Chicken Inn. Your take them more on that particular game.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. But I think this is where the experience for Antipas comes in. He has assembled a squad. He's been with that team for the past 3 years. I think the combinations are working good for him, and his experience, I'm sure. If we want to look at it from that angle, I'll give it to Chicken Inn. They've got a slight edge.
Chicken Inn have a slight edge. What is your take? Do you think uMantengwane uzavuka kusasa aphaphe okuzwayo ngale eBaba Field Stadium? We wonder, but we were looking at the match that saw Dynamos beating Yadah by 4-0. Gentlemen, before we go, your last words, Marco, with the way the
just
Chibuku
wanted to
Super
say
Cup has gone,
good night, Abero. Good morning, Dynamos.
I think this is the awakening of Giant. I hope they keep this form because it's good for Zimbabwean football. Yeah.
We hope they keep this form, but one form that you definitely can count on is the ZTN form. Many thanks to the team behind the scenes, all the guys that are at the field there, taking all those wonderful shots of the goals to make sure that we bring you this encounter of Dynamos against Yadah FC. And tomorrow we have more action here on your #1 television station, ZTN. We got to wrap it up, and many thanks to Makomborerom Team Kulu, Marco Gold, the men here in the studio together with the former Zimbabwe Warriors striker, Mo Moyo. What a man we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. My name is Chief Koti Zwashupfano Akonao. Oh yeah, it's my son's birthday, guys. Do I get to give a shout out?
Yeah, you can.
All right, happy birthday, PJ. Daddy loves you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us here on ZTN. Get the picture. We're back again tomorrow with more action.
Chibuku Super Cup 2021 was brought to you by Chibuku Super. Follow us on our social media pages at Chibuku Zimbabwe. Stay safe from COVID-19. Mask up, sanitize, buy your Chibuku and enjoy at home. Chibuku Super. Taste the goodness.